YouTube, Twitch, welcome back to some more Pokemon Unbound. Last time you left me, I was not in the daycare center. I was in the Pokemon League, because we are now taking up the task of beating the Elite Four with my insane bugs. And as we saw last time, where I faced all four of them, because you can do it in any order you want to, I couldn't beat them with like the bugs I had at my disposal at that point. So I've gone away, I've worked on it for like actually over a week. I've worked on it at this point because I was ill for 4 days, and even during illness I worked on it as well. And I came up with some ideas, but not a firm idea. And by the way, this isn't the team that I'm going to use. This is actually a team I'm going to use to go collect some items, because I do need to collect some items as well. So let me go and do... Actually, let's actually talk about the team I'm going to do, and I'll talk about what items I need to collect first. So, on my little sidebar, I've given it like, oh, look at the pageantry. I've like hidden the Pokemon I'm going to use. So the first few might not surprise you, but actually, maybe some will surprise you. From our testing last time, I came to the conclusion there was one Pokemon of all the ones I tested, which was like, okay, this feels good for the Elite Four. In case you've forgotten as well, the Elite Four is a Ground-type trainer, a Ghost-type trainer, a Fairy-type, and a Dragon-type. So I need something that can deal with all those typings. Unfortunately, Bug not very good in any of these situations. Like, I guess Bug resists Ground, which is like nice, but the Fairy-types, Bug is Fairies resist bugs. Dragons, at least the dragons they're using, a lot of them resist the bug typing as well. Same with the Ghost. Ghost actually resists bug as well. I forgot to mention that. So it's actually like pretty iffy, the Elite Four. And there's actually not a lot of good selections, but one of the ones that really shone out to me was Scizor. So Scizor was the basis of how I started to do my team building. And this is what we're going to do to test on the Elite Four. And in case you're wondering as well, like, what this episode's going to be, what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to try and, like, by the end of this episode, YouTube, I'm going to try and have a Pokemon team of 6 Pokemon, which I think can beat the Elite Four. I don't think we're going to do it in this episode, because I'm not going to do it the way that would reliably get me to beat it. All I want to do is get 6 Pokemon which could individually beat each trainer, and then we can put it all together and beat them in a row, one after another. That's the grand plan for today. And this is the team I'm going to start out with. So Scizor's going to be in. Scizor with... what have we got on the Scizor again? It's a Choice Band with Bullet Punch, with Technician, with the Steel typing, very good into the old Fairy typing, which is one of the trainers, or the Elite Four members we're going to have to deal with. And it proved to be pretty valuable. Not incredible actually to the Fairy trainer, but pretty good. More importantly, there are 2 Pokemon that lead from the Ground type, I keep wanting to call them lead, the Ground type trainer and the Dragon type trainer. And they both lead with Rock-type Pokemon, and again, super effective damage Steel into Rock, so Scizor can almost certainly reliably one-shot those Rock Pokemon, and for that reason alone, like, Scizor just, it felt good, right? It always gave me that tempo that I want in these games, so Scizor straight into the squad. Scizor being in the squad then gave me a second thought of what else I needed to the squad, because obviously the big weakness of Scizor and the big weakness of Steel Bug is Fire. They resist, or like they're neutral with all other types in the game, except Fire, which is a 4 times weakness. So I needed a Pokemon that we could swap into if I expected a Fire type move to come in. And I came to the conclusion this Pokemon should be Araquanid. The other reasons I decided it should be Araquanid was that 2 of the battles I have to fight, namely the Dragon and the Ground type gym leader, are double battles. And Araquanid learns the move Wide Guard, and especially in the Ground type gym, this is extremely valuable because they do a lot of spread attacks. There is a decent number in the Dragon Gym as well, so like Araquanid with Wide Guard alone, I think it had to like get locked into the team, but again, it takes such a low amount of damage from Fire type damage, it's immune to Burn, which actually is quite important for the Ghost type trainer as well. So Araquanid straight up makes the team. This then got me questioning, right? Okay, we've got Scizor as like my sweeper. Araquanid is kind of my support Pokemon. As we'll see in a minute, my Araquanid also has like one of the screens and it has Reflect on as well, so it's kind of like operating as like a kind of support, but I don't really have any hard support in this team, to be telling the exact truth. But what are the other issues I've got? Okay, so, you know, we've got a Steel type for the Fairies. How do I beat the Dragons? How do I beat the Ground types? And especially actually on the Ground types, the really scary thing about the Ground type guy is that a lot of them are ground flying, so they have some resistance to flying in there. Also, they have Gastrodon, which means I can't really just rock a Water type, because if I ever lock into a Water type move, the AI cheats, reads your inputs, and swap Gastrodon in to Storm Drain your water move. So really, water and grass aren't great options in that battle, especially water. And as you can see, I brought a water type with me. So what I needed is something that could do super effective damage into ground, into dragon, into flying, and that got me thinking of ice. Ice, often belittled, a bit like bug typing as one of the weaker types in the game, actually is extremely powerful in this Elite Four matchup. There are a number of Pokemon that have like 4 times or at least 2 times weakness to ice. The problem is that ice types have like a 2 times weakness to rock, and a lot of the ground type Pokemon actually just send out super effective rock type moves. And actually the only bug ice Pokemon in the game is Frostmoth, which is kind of poo. No offense, Frostmoth. It's pretty good if you're going into like a special attacker, but actually going through all the Elite Four members, a lot of them aren't special attackers, so it's kind of like a moot point. And again, you then have another Pokemon with a 4 times weakness to fire, which, like, again, it's like stepping on the shoes of Scizor. And actually, last time we did try to use Frostmoth a little bit, because Frostmoth can be quite supportive as well, and it just didn't really feel good. However, I went through the data banks, and there is actually one other Pokemon that can learn some pretty strong Ice-type moves. And this is the Pokemon I've actually not used, I think, since the first gym. Like, it's the good old Pokemon that I don't think we've seen since then. Maybe I used it in the second gym as well, but I think it actually is just first gym and then not seen again. And that Pokemon is Masquerain. Masquerain actually covers a lot of my issues with typings that Scizor can't really deal with. Namely, Masquerain's got a pretty good special attacking stat, not fantastic, it's got an okay speed stat. It's got a really good ability, it has Intimidate as one of its abilities, and I've taught this thing Intimidate. And what this thing can learn is Blizzard, which is a spread move, which does ice damage, and is just enough to like get you over the hump of beating some of these, especially the dragon flying type Pokemon and the ground flying type Pokemon with 4 times weakness. It can potentially just one-shot them, which is like phenomenally powerful. It actually has some other uses as well. I've given it the item Choice Scarf, which is an item I didn't actually have until between this part and last part. I've done a lot of raid dens, just like farming the raid dens for multiple different reasons, but mainly to get items, also to get bottle caps, but to get items mainly. And I actually forgot I hadn't got Choice Scarf yet. I'd got Choice Band, Choice Specs, but not Scarf. And actually Scarf is a huge game changer because all these Pokemon were like moderately quick before, but weren't like really like pushing the boundaries of speed, now can push the boundaries of speed. And this Masquerain, it's actually pretty quick. Like, it's not quite the fastest out of all the Pokemon in the Elite Four, but it's up there, and certainly outspeeds basically everything it needs to potentially kill. If it also goes in front of something which is a strong attacker, we can Intimidate, U-turn, swap out into something else, and ideally switch into something that can take this attack. For example, if a Fire-type move comes in, we can just go to Araquanid, and it can take the Fire-type move splendidly. Also, Masquerain's got some other useful options. Like, there's a few, I think, fighting-type Pokemon in the Elite Four, and it learns Hurricane. It also learns Hydro Pump for some, like, very scary fire types they have, so it's actually got a really good coverage. It's just a bit frail, is the only, like, scary thing about Masquerain. Basically, it can't take a hit, but hopefully, it just sweeps. Now, this does introduce a lot of variance into the whole run, because Blizzard, not 100% accurate, it's only 70 accurate. Hydro Pump, 70 accurate. Hurricane, I think it's 70 accurate, and I'm not going to like do any weather stuff to change this. We're just going to ride and die by the low accuracies, because as I said, we're probably going to have to just save scum our way through the Elite Four. I hate to admit it, but like it's probably the only way I can realistically do this. Alright, so we've got other Sweeper, potentially. This then like got me thinking, like, what are my other 3 Pokemon? Like, I'm quite happy with these ones. They cover a lot of the basics of the fairies, the dragon's done, the ground type's done. And this got me really stuck on Ghost, and there's actually a bit of a problem with bugs into Ghost. Firstly, as I said, Ghost resists bug type moves, but also, ideally we'd want to run either a Bug Ghost or a Bug Dark. Problem, there's only one Bug Ghost Pokemon in the game. It's Shedinja. I don't have Shedinja. Also, it would be giga terrible to run because of Wonder Guard into a Ghost type trainer. So that would have been out of the question regardless of whether or not I could or could not have it. There is a Bug Dark Pokemon, but it's not in this game. It's Low Kicks, I think it is. And sadly, not in this game. So I was actually really scrambling for Dark type moves. To like pull the veil back as well, when I was like trying to like, you know, sort this out as well, I pulled a list together of like all the bug Pokemon in the game and slowly like crossed Pokemon off that I didn't think would be viable. And funnily enough, one of the Pokemon I crossed off was Centiskorch. Center Scorch has got a 4 times weakness to rock type moves, and as I said, the first guy uses a lot of rock type moves, so I was like, I can't bring this guy. Also, Heracross, I was like, I can't bring Heracross. It's 4 times weak to flying type damage, and so many people have got flying type moves, so like, that's out the question. But once I did all this list, I came to the conclusion that, you know, I can't have it all my own way. There's some Pokemon which are like okay into everything, but that's it at the end of the day, like, they're okay. So I then got thinking, it's like, if these 3 Pokemon theoretically deal with like these big hazards of like the rock type, ground type Pokemon, ground type Pokemon with rock moves, and like the dragons with like super effective flying moves, I can have some wiggle room to fight the ghost guy. So the last 3 Pokemon sort of like have the ghost type Pokemon in mind. And actually, you might have guessed this from what I've been saying now. The 4th one is Center Scorch. Center Scorch is also a pretty good Pokemon to swap into if a fire type move is incoming. And as I said, with Scizor on the field, we're expecting a fire type move will be incoming at some point. We can instead of going to Rakun where he takes a little bit of damage, Center Scorch takes 0 damage. And more importantly, in the case of Center Scorch, he's actually got a pretty okay stat line across the board. As long as we can avoid getting hit by a rock type move, he's like a pretty steady guy. He's also got a lot of good movement coverage. Like, we've got a bit of fire type damage. It's actually not that impactful for what we're doing. There are some Pokemon which, like, it'd be beneficial to have fire type into. But more importantly, I actually needed a Pokemon that did a grass type move, and Center Scorch has a grass type move. I needed dark type moving. Center Scorch has dark type movings. And also, it can learn Leech Fang, which I think is now like modern day Leech Life. So it can potentially heal itself back up as well and just stay on the field. So it kind of fills this niche of, okay, you're probably not good elsewhere, but we can bring you into the ghost type battle and hopefully you will help me tremendously. So Center Scorch makes the squad. The final 2, again, you know, scratching my head, who do I bring? I can't bring Heracross, right? But I'd love to bring Heracross. Heracross has been with me, it's my starter, it's been like with me the entire time. But I can't. There's so many flying type Pokemon, so you know, my 5th Pokemon isn't Heracross, it's actually Vikavolt. Now, I will say Vikavolt is one of the ones I'm pretty unsure about. It's another Pokemon that has got a grass type moving. It's actually got another immunity as well. If I expect a ground type attack to be incoming, I can go to Vikavolt, because Vikavolt has Levitate. So does Masquerain doesn't have Levitate, but it has flying typing, so in theory I could swap into Masquerain, Vikavolt on a spread ground type move, and take 0 damage. So that's part of the reason why Vikavolt's there. It has got some electrical type damage as well, which is going to be okay in the Elite Four, but not fantastic. More important, I think, on the Vikavolt is it's got a really high special attack, and actually it learns a very good skill move, which is one of the things I need to collect right now. It learns a move called Flash Cannon, and I'm hoping that will help me get through the Fairy type Elite Four member, because they're actually quite tricky for the rest of my Pokemon, even though I've got the Scizor, which is theoretically good. And actually, Center Scorch got some other advantages, because there's a lot of Fairy Steel type Pokemon in the Fairy type gym. The Fairy type Elite Four member. And, you know, I will be benefiting greatly from having fire typing. Another steel type user would be quite handy. So, final Pokemon, what is it going to be? Well, I kind of, you know, like, I've given the game away, right? It's Heracross. But it's Heracross unlike you've ever seen it before. Actually, I'll just quickly show this Heracross before I go my collectathon spree, which is actually for 2 items, both for Vikavolt. This Heracross is not Olympus Mons. It's not Olympus even. This Heracross is actually my OG Heracross mountain. I stripped off all of his EVs. I've maximized his IVs with a golden bottle cap, and I've got him built differently from the rest of them. So all the other ones were like, you know, Mega Heracross, bam, 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 multi-hit moves, because it has Skill Link. Other Heracross, multi-hit to moves, bam, 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 has flinch chance because they have King's Rock on it. No, those Heracrosses were not good enough for the Elite Four, basically because they were too slow, and had a 4 times weakness to flying, so I couldn't keep them on the field either way. However, with the finding of the Choice Scarf item, which I'm going to spoil it by the way, I'm going to use Choice Scarf and 2 items, I'm not going to be following the VGC rules, but I think it's fair because Heracross is like my starter, and it's the only way I could think of making it work. With Choice Scarf, the Heracross can actually get really, really quick. In fact, the fastest Pokemon in my team, which is in this top row, is the Heracross. And the way my Heracross is going to work, instead of rather like, you know, going Guts and boosted up via Guts boosting, which is what my other Heracrosses all did, except obviously the Mega Evolved one, which would have Skill Link, this one has the other hidden ability of Heracross, which I've given it. The hidden ability is Moxie. So anytime my Heracross knocks out a Pokemon, it gets an attack boost, which is like quite similar to like in the Guts effect, but it requires you to get a KO rather than starting the fight burned. The reason I wanted to do this rather than use Guts is because when I get between battles, it's going to be really hard to reburn the Heracross. Basically, it's going to be impossible to reburn the Heracross unless I give it Flame Orb. And I didn't really want to give my Heracross Flame Orb because I don't think it's strong enough to survive through basically the turn, unless I give it Protect. But if I give it Protect, then, you know, it just leads to some other issues. So I'm going to try and run this with Moxie with an incredibly high speed stat. It's also timid, so again, this is the maximum speed you can possibly get on a Heracross. And it's going to be in there just to pick up some kills quickly, get some attack, and then maybe just balls out of control as a final sweeper. I do have some other thoughts of other Pokemon which haven't quite made the cut, but maybe it's considerations, because this might not work, by the way. I've not, like, tested and proven that I can do it. It might fall over. Armaldo, pretty good stat line, pretty good typing as well. It has got rock typing on it, which would actually be pretty powerful as well. But I can't quite make it fit the team. Also, I'd really like this thing to learn Accelerock, but you can't learn Accelerock with this thing at this point in the game. So, like, it kind of, like, has cheesed me off, because there's, like, 3 or 4 moves I want to teach you, but I can't actually tutor for it until I beat the Elite Four, so annoyed me. Escavalier nearly made the cut, but again, Bug Steel is so susceptible to fire that I couldn't quite justify putting on the team. I was actually considering at one point putting Forretress in the team as well, which is another Bug Steel type Pokemon, but I kind of came to the conclusion that Escavalier actually got a better defensive line than Forretress, stat line this is, and could maybe just tank a few hits, even on the special side with Assault Vest, but in the end, I think it, like, at the very best, it could go 1-for-1, which is not terrible, but not really what I was looking for. Glossopod, I actually have changed my Glossopod as well. It no longer has emergency exit. This one, I've given it the hidden move Shell Armor, which blocks critical hits. And this thing, again, has got a really, really good stat line. Probably is its move pool is, like, kind of like, and its ability is kind of meh. And it's really, really slow as well, so yeah, I couldn't quite justify that either. The final 3 were meant to be more supportive. I've got Jetstream here, which has got, like, Prankster, Screed, T-Wave, Swagger type things. It has many options to run in it, but the problem with this is I just don't think I can justify having a support Pokemon on my team for the most part. Like, it's okay in the double battles, but in the single battles, it's not that good. It's almost like running -1 Pokemon. The final one, actually, which was honestly surprisingly close to making the cut, considering I barely ever use this Pokemon, is Butterfree. Butterfree's got some funny, unique gimmicks, in case you're not aware of it. It has Compound Eyes and has the move Sleep Powder. Compound Eyes plus Sleep Powder makes it basically 100% accurate. It's not quite 100. I think it's like 98% accurate, but it's like a Spore-type effect, which is pretty strong on your Pokemon. Also, one of the very few bugs in the game that learns Tailwind without tutoring into it, which I can't do right now. So this thing could have been actually quite good support, and with Air Slash gives it the ability to flinch, and it's actually not super slow. It's not very quick, but also not super slow. The only reason I'm actually not going with Butterfree, and why I put Vikavolt in actually instead of the Butterfree, is that the gimmick on the Fairy Elite Four member, which I guess we can start talking about the gimmicks a little bit, is that they have Misty Terrain up permanently, so I can't actually put a status on the Fairy guy, which means this Pokemon is, like, kind of, like, you know, nobbled a little bit. I guess to talk through the gimmicks as well while I'm here. Actually, fuck it. I'll talk about the gimmicks when I get to the Elite Four, but they have some really annoying gimmicks which have also, like, dictated what I do and don't use. Anyway, what I need to do quickly right now is just run through this area. And you know what? I'll do you a solid as well. I'll give myself a max repel so I don't get into battles. I need to grab 2 items. Well, 2 TMs more specifically. I need to get Thunder, because I think I'm going to have to roll the dice on Vikavolt, because I don't think T-Bolt really quite cuts it, so I will risk the lower accuracy move to give me the additional damage I think I'm going to need. Do you do this again? Oh, it's this. The other one I said is Flash Cannon, and they're both inside of this area, so Thunder's at the top of the mountain, I believe. I will say I have no idea where Flash Cannon is. I will actually have to pull out the guide, because the guide was like, no joke, it was like 5 pages to get to. Whoops. Where am I going? Oh my god, have I fucked up? It was like 5 pages to get. Oh my god, I fucked up. I cry. It was like 5 pages to get to Flash Cannon. Oh my god, really? Is this what we're doing now? I'm getting trolled by the stone moving puzzle. Alright, how do you get... Please. How do you get to the top of this mountain again? I always get lost here. Is it this way? No, it's the other one, right? I always think this is the way to go, but it's actually this way. And then this way. And then this way. We can surf over this. We can surf over this time. There you go. So don't need to do the boulder puzzle. Okay, and then it's like down here, I think, somewhere. We're looking for somewhere where you can rock climb. I guess I should have looked more specifically exactly where this is. No, that's just rock climbing. It's here, right? Rock climbing. Yeah, okay. So that's thunder. Right, now I'm going to need to pull up a guide, so apologies for a second. Where the hell is Flash Cannon? So up the ladder. Okay. Basically, I need to go back towards the bottom and then get lost in that area that I always get lost in. I can do that. By the way, what is down here? Oh, it's just a quick route down. Nice. At some point, I'll do another episode of collectathoning because I probably will need. I mean, I'll need to do it for quest reasons, I guess. But actually, what are you? Cool, blue shard. I've got like 8,000 of them. Oh, also off camera, I've been doing a lot of farming. So where is my hardstone collection? If my hardstone collection is back, how about my everstone collection? Yeah, my everstone collection is also back. So we have a lot of those. Again, that just gives you an idea of how much I've been farming off camera. But, man, I needed those bottle caps. I didn't want to be in a situation where, and some of these Pokemon are on, like, very close damage rolls between living and dying. And I just didn't want it to be, like, you know, a damage roll of, like, 1 health. Where if I just gave it a bottle cap and moved its health from, like, 28 up to 31, it would live otherwise. So, I decided just to invest the time resource into making sure they were all set up as well as they basically can possibly be. There's some Pokemon I've left actually a bit slower than they otherwise could be, but I think that's fine. All right, where am I going, guide? So stairs. Let me not fuck around here. Hang on a sec. I came in here. I go up these stairs. I go up this rock climb. Right. I go over here. And then get into a trainer battle. Cool. I think there's another trainer battle as well, so part of the reason why I've brought a team out with me. Oh my god, it's level 17. Actually, that makes sense. I think they go to my level, right? Well, that's slightly awkward. Alright, wasn't expecting that. I will take that swap, thank you. Well, will I take that swap? Yeah, I'll take that swap. Burn. That won't do that much, right? I resist it. Did more than I thought. Burn. Nice. Not that it really matters. Metal Burst will still do the same amount, but... honestly, it's the principle. Oh, interesting. I don't know why they swapped. Damn, if only I predicted the swap, I should have sent out a fire-type move. Burn again, please? No. I doubt I'm quick in this spot. I'll just send it. Alright, use the 50 accurate move and hit me. I did consider giving my Vikavolt, because he does learn Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon rather than Thunder, but... I kind of came to the conclusion that is a level of variance I'm not behind. 70% I can, like, forgive. But... 50%? No way. Marowak is your other Pokemon. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Any flinch enjoyers? Also, Alexia9, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I was mid-spiel, so I wasn't able to do it at the time. Ow. That hurt for a neutral move. Again, it's kind of what I say about Heracross. It's like, it's, you know, it's a cool Pokemon. It's got a really good attack stat. A little bit frail. And then Bastiodon is the final Pokemon. I expect I'm quicker. I am. Alright, cool. Very good. Give me your money, and let me just heal my Pokemon quickly. How many potions I've got left? Okay, pretty good on potions. I have spent quite a lot of money off camera. Again, I don't know if you're like keeping track of where my money situation is, but I spent probably like 500,000 doing the mining minigame. Possibly not 500,000, but it feels like 500,000. It was a lot of money at the very least. Okay, so I go down to the left and start doing the minigame of wall jumping. I hate this mountain. It's just a maze. All right, now I need to do this minigame to go this way, to this way, to this way. By going down that or up that ladder, I am going up that ladder. Or down it. I think it's up. Thank God I brought someone with Flash. I didn't intend to do that, but I'm thankful I have. Okay, so I need to go round here. Try and avoid the trainer as well here, if I can do that. And I'm going down this ladder here. That I can do. Alright, next step of the process. We go up the stairs and to the right. Are we going up the ladder? Yes. And this is the puzzle room to get the raid den. The only raid den right now that I have access to that I've not unlocked. Because I can't be asked dealing with this place. It's just a maze, as I said. I gotta admit it. My diagram thing just points as an arrow and walk through here. But obviously I have to vaguely solve the puzzle. There you go. So that's the item on the right. I'm actually gonna save the game in case I fuck up here. So I can just like return back here. Please don't destroy me. That's all I ask for. No destruction. Actually, let me lead with you. When I was your age, most of the paths here didn't exist. I dug through the cave with my trusty Pokemon. Alright, I guess you're not using Ghost-type Pokemon, which is kind of what I was expecting. Expert Sandra had Vanillux. You drilled through the cave with an ice cream. Not what I would have chosen, but each their own. Okay, snow warning. The hail is up, and it's old hail, not new snow. I was going to say, I think I'm faster. I really should just get into the habit of protecting to get a speed boost. Okay, that's not raw dogging Blizzard. They're in snow. That's fine. I'll allow this. I'll just take the trade. I'm okay with this. I could PP stall the Vanillux. Maybe we get a crit. Maybe we get poison. If we get poison, we're going to trade. Okay, this will be a trade. Hey, Flash Cannon, that's what I want. Alright, that's fine. We go 1 for 1. Do I get to see what comes in? No, I don't. I'm going to assume because we're in the snow, ice types are coming, so let's bring out Hot Spring. Alright. My favorite ice type, Gothitelle. Okay, interesting. I don't know what the bug reduction berry is. Tanger berries. I've been tangered. This should be fine. Yeah. One thing I should mention as well, I didn't really do it in the introduction, but I probably should have done. I'm pretty confident that I can do this because one of the things that like inspired me to do this playthrough was I saw on Reddit when I was going around Pokemon Unbound for other reasons that someone did monotype bug, and they actually uploaded their team. So I know that their team was capable of beating the game with just pure bug types. In case you're wondering what that team was, the team was Yanmega, Scizor, Mega Beedrill, Glossopod, Araquanid, and Vikavolt. I could have picked the same team and tried to do the same thing. I'm not quite sure why certain Pokemon actually that he or she used were used, but I decided to just take my own path in life, right? I'm also pretty certain by the time they did it, the Gen 8 Pokemon weren't in either, so I think it's a decent shout to put Center Scorch in the squad, even with the many Rock-type moves and the 4 times weakness to Rock. Oh, it's Keclolion. Well, that's slightly annoying. Alright. You are a water type. Do I have grass type moves? Glenn, do you have a grass type move? I can't remember. You have Energy Ball. That'll do. Oh, it's the perfect Pokemon, actually. Energy Ball will turn you into a grass type, and then I can use Pollen Puff to kill you. Never mind, you're dead. Goodbye, Kecleon. Oh, Ribombay was another Pokemon as well, like, it had, like, serious considerations. If it weren't for the fact that Ribombay has such an awful move coverage, I almost certainly would have used Ribombay, because Ribombay obviously has an immunity to dragons. So, in theory, it should be good against the Dragon Guy, and it is good against the Dragon Guy. But against everyone else, it's like such a colossal weakness. So I came to the conclusion I don't think it's actually going to be good enough. Let me just escape rope out of this place now, and we can go to the Elite Four, and we can start working down the Elite Four. Okay, so these guys go back in the box. We're not bringing any of these guys. Although, I actually might want to grab some of your items. That is something I should probably do. Because this is one of the things I have to bear in mind with this. In theory, I can bring... I mean, I have to keep the 6 Pokemon, right? But I can change their movesets with TMs. I can change the items as well. And in theory, I can change their abilities. I actually don't think I've got any ability capsules on me, but if it becomes a serious problem, we can actually do that. But for now, let's like not worry about changing abilities. Where's Lax Incense? I think that's the one thing I really want to grab. Actually, I'll grab King's Rock as well. I'll grab King's Rock, just in case I need it. Honestly, just cube it all. You can keep Charcoal. I'll cube that. You can keep Mystical Water as well. I've got like 100 of them back at home. Right. So let me explain the way I'm going to do this. Because I'm not going to beat the Elite Four today, I think. My plan is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to save the game here. Then I'm going to fight one of the Elite Four members and see if this team can beat them. Once they beat them, I'm going to reset the game back to this state again, and then we're going to move on to another guy and see if we can beat the other guy, and so on and so forth until I beat one of them each. In which case, I know this is the perfect squad, and we can actually beat the game. My hope in doing this is I like alleviate a situation where I can potentially beat like 3 of the guys, but I would lose to the 4th one. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now. I like the frustration arising from that. If there's something like also clearly, obviously not working, I can just address it quickly now, swap it out, and then start the process all over again. So, as I said, at the end of this episode, I just want to figure out what the 6 Pokemon are that I want to do. Also, again, it's kind of like hard to explain this right now, but I think I'm going to do it in the order of the Ground Guy, the Dragon Guy, the Fairy Guy, and the Ghost Guy. Part of the reason for this is the 2 double battles are Dragon and Ground, and there are some moves which I might not want to use in any of the single battles, which are like better for the double battles. So I want to take those 2 down first. Also, they're both the physical attacking Elite Fours. The other 2 are like more mixed, but like side towards special. And this is important because I think Araquanid, I'm going to change one of his movesets during the course of this. I'm going to replace Reflect with Toxic at some point, because I think Toxic will be more useful on it. And this might be true for some of the other Pokemon. So again, I need to not throw the baby out with the bathwater. I need to like open up my cerebellum right now and like take in all the information, because there are things I can change during the course of this battle which would change the Pokemon quite dramatically. Also, items are quite important, right? So for example, my Heracross has got Choice Scarf on it to give it a really fast speed stat, but against the ghost guy, there's actually not that many fast ghosts that they use, so theoretically I could actually use the Mega Heracross instead, which is why I've taken Heracross Knight off Olympus. As I said, Lagoon is probably going to use Choice Scarf almost universally because I need the additional speed. I've currently got use Quick Claw. I could also do other things. Actually, I need to give you your TMs now that I think about it. It's probably what I should do before I do this saving shenanigans. Where are the moves I was just talking about? I need Thunder, I need Flash Cannon. So let's get Flash Cannon. I think I'm not going to use Sticky Web. It like pains me to delete this because it's just a pain in the ass to put it back on again, but there's so many flying type Pokemon from the Elite Four that I think having an entry hazard of Sticky Web is not going to be that valuable. Also, again, a bit of a spoilers for the Ghost guy. He's immune to entry hazards at the beginning, so it's kind of like, it probably won't work. So I'll get rid of Sticky Web for Flash Cannon. And where's Thunder? Hopefully it's at the top. There it is. We're going to trade Thunderbolt for Thunder, because I think I need the damage. And as I said, we'll play it by ear. The Quick Claw could be useful for some like really clutch situations, but I could give this Assault Vest instead and just increase its special defensive stat, and that might be okay. Could also give it Magnet and increase its special, like, even greater on the electric side, which would be pretty strong. Alright, so we also got Onsen, who's got the Assault Vest, so he's pretty tanky with the moveset of Fire Lash, Leech Fang, Power Whip, Knock Off. This is my Scizor. Sadly, I don't have dual Wing Beat yet. I can't get it until I beat the Elite Four, so we got Wing Attack as a substitute. I'm probably not pushing the Wing Attack button that often. This is the Araquanid. He's going to be here for wide Gardo situations. And also setting up Reflex potential, and just staying alive with Leech Fangs. He's currently holding a Citrus Berry. I might want to change that at some point as well. And this is Mountain's moveset. I've gone with a moveset of a fighting type move because I need it for the steel type Pokemon that are going to be used. A dark type move which I need for the ghosts. It's not the best dark type move I can teach this thing, by the way, but I can teach it Throat Chop, which is 10 more base power more, but Night Slash is an elevated crit chance, and I think the 10 base damage doesn't move the numbers enough. Like, the crit does move the numbers though, so I decided to trade 10 base power for a little bit more oomph when I hit real good. And then Smart Strike is here for the fairies. And then Bullet Seed is here because I do need, like, the occasional grass type move. This is Lagoon, Hurricane, U-Turn, Blizzard, Hydro Pump. What a moveset. I've also PP up the 5 PP moves. And I'm back to the beginning again. So I think, hopefully, we're good. Alright, let's get into the old meat and potatoes. Let's do a save. Let me save here on the save state as well. And we'll go test the fairy. And I'll explain to you exactly what's going on as well with the battles we're going to be up against. Actually, Twitch, I've kind of like edged you along. Do you mind if I just quickly take a very quick bio break? I'll be like a minute or two. YouTube, I'll pause for you, but I want to be at full concentration. Like, I want to be my optimal prime, which currently I'm not if I'm like, you know, a bit cross-legged. So just give me a second. All right, apologies, YouTube. I am back again. Right. So we're going to go with the ground guy first. The ground guy is a double battle. His gimmick is something called Vicious Sandstorm, which I think is basically meant to be an equivalent to things like Delta Stream and what it's called for the Super Drought and the Super Caesar Primal Kyogre sets up. It's like Super Sandstorm. And in this Sandstorm, it's not just the special defense of rock types that go by 50%, it's also ground types. That's one of the gimmicks. The second one is Sandstorm only does 1/16 of your health damage. This one does 1/8. So it's a lot of damage you can take from Sandstorm. And it's pretty spooky if you're trying to use special attacking moves because they're all going to do 50% less damage than they would normally otherwise do. Part of the reason why my team as well is a lot more physical Pokemon, like the Heracross is physical. This guy is special, I will say, and actually he's kind of very useful here, but it's only through the fact that there's a lot of 4 times weaknesses to ice that makes the Lagoon useful. Light Storm is again special, but really planned for other uses. But then the final 3 are all physical, so we're more on the physical side of life. Anyway, when we do our lead for this battle, we definitely want to lead with Scizor, because it can one-shot their Mega Aerodactyl. You don't need to know fully its moveset. You won't ever get to see it, because this is not a damage roll, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 100% guaranteed to get the kill. Mountain, with its speed stat as it is, will actually outspeed Excadrill, I believe. According to my calculations, it will outspeed Excadrill with Sand Rush in the Sandstorm. It can't one-shot it, sadly, because it has Focus Sash, but it can get it down to 1 health, which the Scizor could then clean up later on with Bullet Punch priority. So, very strong moves. Other Pokemon to watch out for, Groudon, which has Choice Band, by the way, so once it gets locked in, we know what it's got. Gastrodon is Storm Drain with a Citrus Berry. Gliscor has got Sand Veil, so it's hard to hit. And Bright Powder, making it even harder to hit, and also sets up Tailwind. And Landorus, which has Sandfuzz, the ability I can't remember anymore. And also has a Focus Sash and just has some pretty good strong moves. They've all got Protect as well to, like, stall the Sandstorm and give you a lot of passive damage. It's, like, really, really annoying to deal with. Anyway, hopefully we can get through this, but as I said, Hand Wavy, I've not solved this already. It could go horribly wrong. So we need to, like, concentrate greatly, but this is, like, one of the big things we got from last time was this opening with Scizor is so unbelievably good here. It basically just puts me 1 Pokemon up. And my new tech as well of making my Heracross really quick also reduces the removes the chance of me getting flinched by Rock Slide, because a lot of these guys just spam Rock Slide and are faster than you. So as long as we can avoid that, we're great. Anyway, Bullet Punch, Aerodactyl, goodbye. And as I said, we are Choice Scarfed. We'll close combat the Excadrill, and we're locked in, which isn't great, the close combat, so at some point we'll probably have to swap the Heracross out. And then the other thing in this battle I have to be super, super scared about is I can't really just send out a Water-type move while Gastrodon's alive. Actually, the biggest problem out of Excadrill, Mega Aerodactyl, Groudon, Gastrodon, Gliscor, and Landorus is actually Gastrodon. It's really annoying not being able to just send out Water-type moves. And it makes my Araquanid, like, kind of, like, very weak until I deal with it. Alright, that's the Focus Sash. Hold on. Don't know what it's going to do here. I assume it's Rock Slide. Oh, Earthquake. Interesting. Okay, that's not bad. Don't know why I didn't Rock Slide. I guess Rock Slide is doing more damage across the board. Oh, Earthquake's doing more damage across the board than Rock Slide is. Landorus came in. Did not expect Landorus to come in here. I think I'm just going to send it again, because I don't really have another use for Scizor in this battle. Like, it's nice to get, like, the little bit of chip damage I need, but again, both my Pokemon are faster than these ones, I believe. Yeah, Landorus should only be 251 speed. My Heracross is 335, I think it is, by rounding, and my Scizor is a priority move, so it doesn't matter. So I'll go with something like this. Okay, protected. That's fine. Pick up another kill. Love to see it. My Heracross, by the way, does actually have some other uses, so I'd rather not completely destroy it right now, so I guess I should have, like, swapped it. I do get Moxie up, but its Grass-type move is pretty good into Gastrodon, so I would kind of like it to be up for Gastrodon. I think Gliscor might come in now. Groudon came in. Okay. Again, I'm faster than Groudon. Maybe I'll try and deal with Gastrodon with my other Pokemon. And just take this opportunity to use Moxie boosted. But I can't use Bullet Seed because I'm locked in. That's right. That's the problem here. Okay, I'm going to call something here. And I might get this horribly. Do I want to do a call? The Rock Slide is really scary. What I want to do is I want to go into Araquanid, because Araquanid can Wide Guard Precipice Blades, which I assume Groudon might use. It might also do Rock Slide, which again I still want to do Thingy on. My other theory why I want to swap the Araquanid into the Scizor swap is it has got Heat Crash as well, which is a Fire-type move, and into Araquanid won't do that much damage. I'm slightly concerned about what the Landorus is going to do, though. And as I said, I'm locked into close combat. It's whether or not I'm, like, okay with losing the Heracross here, and I guess the Scizor. We could just trade them both. They've done some pretty good work for me. Actually, Scizor's not that impactful now. As I said, it's Groudon, Gastrodon, Gliscor, Landorus left. Fuck it, I'll just take the damage. Let me pop the Sash on Landorus. And if it does do Heat Crash, it's good to know. I think you, though, I will swap to give me a Grass-type move. I'm so concerned because, again, I don't want to swap into Rock Slide into Lagoon. It's super scary. I guess we go into Ocean in this slot, then. I'm also a bit worried about Earthquake or Precious Blade, sorry, plus. Well, Rock Slide is what I was more worried about, but Earthquake as well. Be Heat Crash. Okay, it's Precipice Blades. Now, this is locked into Precipice Blades is the important thing, which is the other big reason why Araquanid is here. Araquanid can just Wide Guard now and basically turn this from a 2v2 to a 1v1. I can just lock Landorus out of playing the game. I think it's time for you, Lagoon, to show me your glory. Again, there's a lot of randomness in this. Oh, by the way, for the death count as well, I'm just going to let you know now, I'm not going to include any of these deaths in the death count because I'm just going to keep reverting the timeline. Equally, I'm not really counting it if I win, right? Because I'm not going to beat the Elite Four today. I'm going to just make sure I can beat each four members individually. So I think because I can't win equally, I'm not going to count my losses. You might not like this, but tough. I make the rules. Okay, we get the Intimidate off, which is quite nice. They're both physical attackers. I could U-turn back out again if I want to, but honestly, I think at this health, the Landorus definitely dies if it gets hit by blizzards, and it's a scarier Pokemon, so 70% chance to hit Landorus would be phenomenal. The Groudon probably lives through a blizzard, but hopefully we hit Landorus. We're going to Wide Guard anyway. They might get really greedy because Landorus' best move into Masquerain is Rock Slide, which is a spread move as well, so I'm hoping to catch 2 spread moves here. We may get a swap, though, as well. The Groudon might be like, hang on a minute, I'm locked out of playing the game now. Or I could just hit both with a 70 accurate move. Nice, I hit both. Okay, Landorus is down, Groudon is pretty low, and is locked into Precipice Blade, so it can't do anything. I am now locked into Blizzards as well, which I do appreciate. It's like, it's not bad, but it's not going to be good into Gastrodon, which I assume Gastrodon is now incoming. And I'm slowly dying to the old... Oh, it's Gliscor. They've actually Giga Thrown. I don't know why they didn't go for the Gastrodon. I will say, the Gliscor gimmick is make you hit less often. And I'm sending a 70 accurate move into it, so I might not get the kill here, but... If we hit Groudon, Groudon will die. And we're going to just lock into Wide Guard again. Come on, Lagoon. You can do it. Nice. I think that's Gliscor instantly dead. Okay, we've won. This game's actually over. It makes it look like, you know, this isn't hard. Trust me, if I miss like one of these blizzards, the game is just completely different. Because when Ocean dies, then like a world of hurt is incoming for me. And honestly, we need Ocean to die. That's the new hotness. Pity. By the way, this Gastrodon has Yawn as well and can actually break my Wide Guard turns. It very rarely does, but it could do it. Also, he knows Ice Beam, so it's going to destroy Masquerain. But Masquerain's job's done. I don't need to intimidate this thing as a special attacker. Obviously, we don't want to Hydro Pump it. Hurricane would be better than... Blizzard, but whatever. We might get Frostbite, which would be nice. I think you have no physical move, right? Yeah, you have no physical move. I might as well just do a bit of damage with Leech Fang then. Nice! 4 for 4 in Blizzards from Lagoon. That's actually pretty big. Didn't get the Frostbite. Yet. Then we go to Heracross. And Heracross can just give him a nice little I mean, you can Blizzard. Heracross can give him a nice little Bullet Seed. And this should, actually, I was going to say be lethal, but you have got a Citrus Berry. It depends on the roll here. I think 5 times might still get you, but either way, I've got another Grass Attacker in the back. Alright, did I hit 2 times? Good. Nice work. We missed a Blizzard, but if you're going to miss a Blizzard, miss it against Gastrodon. Didn't Ice Beam? I guess that makes sense. Okay. Alright. Can the Gastrodon solo sweep my team? Hopefully no is the answer to this. In fact, it's definitely no. I think Onsen has also got a Grass-type move, right? You've got Power Whip on you. Yes. And my Centiskorch, it is still Onsen as it was before. But again, this is another Pokemon where I stripped the EVs off it and reset the EVs. It's now actually max speed, max attack. Because actually, the max speed Centiskorch breaks a few speed thresholds, which are quite important. Okay, I was going to say, Power Whip is also not 100% accurate. It's only 90-something% accurate. I guess, theoretically, I can still lose this game to just missing every move in the game. What a beast this Gastrodon is. Alright, Energy Ball, a Power Whip. That should be lethal. There we go. Got him eventually. Okay, so that proves the point. So this team can beat Molman. Excellent. Good work. Lovely. Again, I'm not counting it as a victory, truly, but you know, it's just proof that we can do it. We go back to this room now, and now we need to fight the dragon person. Let me just move my stats over as well so I can see in the moment fighting Dragon Guy. So Dragon Guy. Spoilers, it's not a guy, it's a girl, but I need to lead with Scizor again. That's important. I think it's the same lead. I think I need Scizor and Heracross. Yeah, because it's a Steel-type Pokemon and a Rock-type Pokemon. Can all bugs learn grass moves? Nope. I'm pretty certain that's not true. If I was going to give it an edge case, I actually want to quickly check now. I think Pinsir doesn't. There will be others. Yeah, in this game, Pinsir doesn't learn a grass-type move. I only know that because I was looking at Pinsir as well when I was doing the, you know, the deciding for this. And Pinsir's, like, type profile for attacks it can learn or moves it can learn is just a sea of white and, like, white, bug green, and fighting red. It just learns, like, those 3 types. It's, again, a Pokemon with, like, pretty weak coverage. Anyway, Dragon-type guy. Their gimmick is that it's a rainbow battle. And by this, it means that basically every dragon has Serene Grace. Any secondary effects of a Dragon-type Pokemon is twice as likely to go off. There are some exceptions. I think flinching-type moves don't go off with twice the effect. But I will also say that in this gym, or this guy, or this battle, Secret Power does an Omni Boost, or has a chance of doing an Omni Boost. I don't know exactly what the move is, but it's really obnoxious. If one of these things is an Omni Boost, I just lose. Not quite true, but like it's pretty close to being true. So that's the battle. Their lead, by the way, is going to be Dialga plus Tyrantrum. We're not going to see the Tyrantrum, don't worry about it. It has Choice Scarf, by the way. This thing is unbelievably quick. But I'm going to just hit it with a Bullet Punch. Now, this is one of the things that was really frustrating me. In fact, I alluded to it, I think, in a Slay the Spy, which for you, YouTube will go up, like, in maybe 2 weeks' time. This is a damage roll, this Bullet Punch hit. It's a 50-50 exactly whether or not this kills or not. Theoretically, the better outcome here is to not get the kill, because then Heracross will pick up the kill and get the Moxie boost. That's kind of like the logic of this. But either way, if I don't get the boost this turn, I shrunk Dialga down enough that next turn I'll get the kill on him anyway. So this turn, Tyrantrum will die, next turn Dialga will die. That is the plan. So we're going to close combat here. And Scizor will go off first because it's a priority move. So I said, this is 50-50 on the kill. Alright, we low-rolled it, kind of. That's fine. Close combat picks up the kill. We get a Moxie boost, so our attack goes up. Our defense did go down, though, so if we get hit by a crit from Dialga, I think he just dies, which would be pretty low rolling. I think he lives otherwise still. But actually, I think Dialga will go for clearing, from what I remember of, like, very limited testing we've done. Nope, went for Heracross. Alright, that's fine. As long as we live, we do live. It did get the Omni Boost, which is kind of bullshit. I don't know what the rating of this is, but most Omni Boost moves are a 10% chance of it occurring, so it should be 20%, but I think it's actually more than that. I think it's like 60%. At least by the feeling of it. Okay, Dragonite is the other Pokemon that I need to be, like, super scared about. By the way, the other dragons in this battle are Mega Salamence, which, again, is 4 times weak to Ice. Dragonite, 4 times weak to Ice. Kyurem Black, or Kyurem, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce that Pokemon, but Kyurem Black, which is a Dragon Ice Pokemon. And I don't really know a lot about it. It's just a really annoying Pokemon to deal with, though, from my experience. And Komo-o, or Kobo-o, is that how you pronounce it? Again, I'm not sure. I always call it Komo-o. That thing has a lot of spread attacks, and again, Araquanid will do very well into it. So I need to get Araquanid in front of Komo-o. Dragonite, on the other hand, is going to do Tailwind, and I'm going to have to stall the Tailwind out, which is going to be like the really tricky task here. The other line is you hope that Dragonite doesn't come out this early so that I can outspeed it with Masquerain, but obviously now I won't outspeed these dragons with Masquerain because in Tailwind, I think the slowest Pokemon is going to be 314 speed, which I can actually outspeed with Masquerain. No, I can't outspeed with Masquerain. I can with Heracross though, but generally speaking, anything beyond 300 is like, yikes, type of speed. Anyway, I'm going to all-in Dialga since he's got a boost. I'm going to Bullet Punch into him, which is not going to do a lot of damage, but hopefully this with the Moxie boosted close combat gets the kill. Dragonite will Tailwind, and we might just have to sack these guys. We'll see. I'm hoping this picks up the kill. I think it will. Okay, it does pick up the kill, thanks to Moxie. We get another Moxie boost. And let's see what Dragonite does. Dragonite also has Fire Punch, by the way, so it can just destroy Scizor. Salamence incomes. Okay, so I need to waste Tailwind here. That is like the primary job here for me. And I think I need to keep Heracross, because I think I need Heracross for Kyurem, is my other memory of this. I basically need to sack Pokemon until the cows come home. No, I need to sack Pokemon until the Tailwind ends, and then bring in Masquerain at that very moment. I need to die on the same turn that Tailwind ends to get a safe swap in, and then I can kill Dragonite and Mega Salamence in basically one. I don't think I need Scizor again, is my theory here. I don't think I need Onsen at all, almost. Actually, it's true with Light Storm as well. Actually, I'm going to go into Light Storm. I probably should have given you Assault Vest for this battle. But that's fine. I'm going to Bullet Punch here. I'm fully expecting that you're going to die. My only concern is, again, Mega Salamence has got Heat Wave. I'm hoping it doesn't Heat Wave. I'm really hoping that the Dragonite Fire Punches and the other thing doesn't Heat Wave, but I might get this wrong. Okay, use Heat Wave. That's a problem. I don't know if Vikavolt will live this. It does. It's going to take a kill now, though, right? Or get killed. Okay, it was both. So I should have gone into Onsen then, but that's, you know, the more you know. I think that probably causes me to lose the game from here. Because Mega Salamence also has Rock Slide, so Onsen is not living this turn. And I'm obviously slower than both of them. Okay, here's the play then. If this is the case, I need to Wide Guard here to protect from Rock Slide. And you can actually do an attack. I can't knock off Salamence. I can knock off Wide Lens. Also, Dragonite has got Multiscale, so any damage getting to this Dragonite is actually quite important right now. Wow, didn't go for it. Okay. Oh, that's probably game. I think it's the end of Tailwind at the very least. It's also got the Omni Boost, so I think Salamence might not die to a Blizzard now. I also need a Araquanid for Komo-o, ideally. Is this last turn of Tailwind? I mean, if it's not, then we're just super screwed. I didn't see the text though, so I think it is, and I think we're actually just dead. Yeah, I'm solo than Dragonite as well. I guess I had to set up Reflect at some point, but I think even Reflect wouldn't have saved me there. I think we're just screwed. I need them both to Rock Slide, which they won't do. Yeah, that's going to be an insta-kill. Alright, we'll send it back. So the immediate obvious thing is that I had to swap into Onsen to burn a turn. The other thing I could do is I could give this thing Protect and take the Assault Vest off, obviously, because it wouldn't work. Because then if I swapped into this and Protected, that's 2 turns of the 4 turns of Tailwind gone. Okay, we'll see how this works. This is one of the other things I learned from, like, last time as well. So often I felt like we got off to, like, insane starts, and then, you know, we just fell over after, like, the opening. We're rolled to 50-50. Okay, goes into Heracross again. That's fine. Gets the Omni Boost, doesn't matter. One of the fun thing about bugs, by the way, you know, Fake Out, one of the greatest moves in VGC. No bug in this game learns Fake Out. Don't know if that's true for just the game in general. I don't think it is, but in this game, there's no faking Pokemon out, sadly, which is really annoying. You know what? I'm actually going to change this slightly. I don't know if this is... I've got the damage calculator. I really should check this, but I don't know if I one-shot with it getting the Omniboost without the Bullet Punch. But let me break Multiscale at the very least on Dragonite. And actually, it'd be way less scary dealing with Dialga than Mega Salamence. It doesn't get the kill. That might actually be a blessing. Would I consider creating a mid-fight save? No. I will do, like, after battle saves. I'm okay with that, but not mid-fight. Choose Flamethrower. That's fine. That's not fine. So, versus Dialga, 130... I think my Heracross is actually faster than Dialga in Tailwind. It is. It's just quicker. The problem is it's going to die to Dragonite, I think. I think we go to Light Storm and we pray for a Quick Claw. This might be like one of those things where it's like really awkward odds. If I get a Quick Claw here into Dragonite, it might pick up a kill. I'm actually not sure it does, but that's what we can believe in at the very least. Dragonite is definitely the quickest Pokemon here, so he can't take... Well, actually, theoretically, he can take both of them. Anyway, we're locked into this. I'll try and pick up Dialga's skill. Quick Claw and then hit Thunder is the plan. Alright, apparently I'm not faster. Oh, it got an Omni Boost. I'm dumb. Doesn't really matter. That does, though. Alright, send it back. I just want to see how much Thunder does. But again, that might be a situation where I should put Protect on you. Because I don't think I'm ever going to need to use the grass move there. And I can just reteach you Energy Ball whenever I want. And you don't need to have... You don't need to have, what's his name? Energy Ball instead. And you don't need to have only attack moves to your item to work as well. I was trying to go. Let me just try it again. The less I have to change is the better, theoretically. But Vikavolt, actually changing that would not be a problem. Because I didn't use it in my first battle anyway, really. I guess I used it for Energy Ball, but I can swap Energy Ball in and out of the Pokemon. Hey, we hit the 50-50 the other way. Again, it doesn't really matter because I just lose the Moxie boost instead. And I'm picking up the kill on Dialga next turn regardless. It only... Actually, if we crit this, it does matter. It looks close, but it's not even a... I don't think it's a damage roll even. I think I can't actually pick up the kill. Also really interesting, I swap my Pokemon around and use Secret Power to the Scizor instead, which is actually way better for me. Okay, we're moving the needle. If you put the Scizor on the left, it's better, question mark. Maybe the AI is broken. And this Heracross is actually getting pretty spooky now. It's only, like... It's a pity I couldn't really fit redirects into the battle again. A lot of the Pokemon that learn Rage Powder just get one-shot by, like, all the Pokemon here, so I couldn't really justify it. Volcarona would be really good, but I can't get Volcarona yet. Right, Tailwind again. We just need to survive this Tailwind. Oh, interesting. Kyurem came out. This thing has Icicle Spear, Fusion Bolt, Rock Slide, and Secret Power. I'm going to guess it's going to Secret Power me. Well, you're weak to Steel, so I'm just going to stay in. I'm expecting Sizzle's going to take a Fire Punch, but I'm actually kind of okay with it. I'm kind of chill. Is Sizzle related to Scyther? Yeah, it's the evolution of Scyther if you give it Metal Coat. And actually, I was going to say you can't kill both of us. That's not true. You can kill both of us. I'm going to stick it. See what happens. It's so good. As long as Scyther lives, or Scizor lives this turn, I'm actually quite okay with this. I don't think it will. I think Fire Punch is going to come into Scizor. He does. That's Scizor dead. And I've got a horrible feeling like Fusion Ball is about to come into Heracross. It's going to instantly kill it. Secret Power. We might live this. Wait, I've used Close Combat twice. Ah, I don't live it. Oh, they got the Omni Boost, we lose. This Kyurem, if it gets the Omni Boost, is like actually a nightmare. I don't think I've got it out anymore. I think it's just over. Yeah, I can't attack drop it and get out fast enough, so it's not worth it. I'll try and get Reflect, but maybe the Reflect can stall me out a little bit. You live this Araquanid? Just +1 Fusion Bolt. No, didn't even live it. Alright. I think without it, it might have taken that. You at least kill? I don't think you will you? So painful. We just need a Quick Claw proc, and then we're back in the game. We're not, but I'll say we are. You actually have no good moves here. Well, that's Onsen dead. It's both dead. Is that the last turn of the screen? The Tailwind? It is. Let me just assume this. I'm pretty certain I can't win from here even if I hit every single Blizzard. Albeit, I think the Blizzard will get a double kill here. But I don't think Blizzard one-shots Komodo. Alright, I missed, so that's game. I'm pretty certain Dragonite dies from here, though. Got the Omni Boost again. Theoretically, I think it doesn't matter. Although it has double the speed stat. Maybe you're quicker than me now. Actually, I think you are quicker than me. That doesn't matter. That always goes off first. Yeah, it's faster than me now. Also, I think Icicle Space priority, right? Whatever. Whatever, you take your powder flesh. Okay, so let me note this down. I think I need to give Vikavolt Protect. Shall I write this down not on a scrap piece of paper and actually something that I can come back to and reference in the future? Probably a good idea. It's really, I just need to give my Pokemon Protect, I think. That's like what's caused me grief. So Vikavolt, Energy Ball to protect for Dragon Guy. She's also a girl. Then I also need to potentially put it on Ocean, but Reflect might be fine as long as I live through a turn. I do need Wide Guard. So you're the other issue, because Assault Vest won't work if I put Protect on you, but I think I need to give you Protect. So I think we get rid of Scent Scorch, Leech, Fang for Protect. Then also, your item needs to go from Assault Vest into what? I don't think a Charted Berry, which reduces rock damage, will actually help me here. I think it's doing more than 200% damage, so that's probably meaningless. I guess I'm really not worried about anything. I could just, you know, I could whack on... Actually, I was going to say I could whack on a Choice Scarf, but that would actually be completely horrible. Let me have a think. Not what I would necessarily choose, but not crazy. The problem is, like, it just dies to so many things. Like, the items are kind of hard to justify. You know what? Actually, I've had an idea. It's not a great idea, but I will give you the... I don't know what it's called. Cobra Berry, I think it is. I will reduce flying type damage instead, because I think you might actually live through a dual wing beat with it. And the reason that's important is that if I get Onsen next to Araquanid, Araquanid can protect from the rock type moves, because the rock type moves are all spread moves. So I don't need to worry about that. It then becomes, from Dragonite, dual wing beat, which is scary. So we'll do Assault Vest to Cobra Berry. And then I need to give you 2 Protect. The best move in VGC, and I had no Pokemon with it, I think. Probably goes to show you, like, why things weren't going great. Where is Protect? The crucial thing about this as well is I can actually go back with all these changes I made. I can reset them back to the way they were before. Because there are some things I can't relearn easily. For example, Mud Shot I can't relearn easily. So you're going to lose Energy Ball. Yes. And you're going to lose Leech Fang. Yep. Right. I'm going to create this as a new save state. .284, and I'll also put the note on this that we are fighting El Dragon Guy. God, I wish my desk had more room as well. It's far too small. Dragon Gal. Okay. And then again, we've used the tech of putting Scissor on the left. I don't know if it's actually, like, truly the AI is stupid or what, but let's try and find out. It might be just like every so often he tries to do something different. Either way, we do the same thing. Because if I miss the 50-50, I need to pick it up with Heracross. We missed the 50-50. Pick it up with Heracross. It'd be nice as well if Dialga doesn't get the Omni Boost this turn. I think it's always got the Omni Boost. Because I think without the Omni Boost, Heracross would actually kill it now. In one. Which would move the needle a little bit. Okay, it was just a one-off. Fuck's sake, it always gets the Omni Boost! It's definitely not guaranteed. I've seen it not get the Omni Boost before, but feels few and far between. I could all in the Dragonite here, but I think that would be foolish. I think we do this and then this again. Leave the Dialga on 1 health. Because at the very worst, Sizzle can pick up the kill next turn. If I don't do it and it gets another Omni Boost, I can't kill Dialga anymore, and I just lose. You know what? I don't know why I didn't expect that. Okay, Sizzle's dead. Tailwind's up. Is that game? We lost already? Araquanid, I kind of need you for later as well, but let me try and just use you now. I have a horrible feeling that... No, this is fine. We go into Onsen because you've got the Cobra Berry anyway. If Dragonite tries to do dual Wing Beat, which I think it will do because it's 4 times effective to Heracross, it should take it. I use Dragon Breath! I was hoping for a Fire-type move. I think we're fucked now. I don't think Cobra Berry gets you to live. Oh, you targeted the wrong Pokemon. Cool, let's go. It's still really bad. Like, I've taken too much damage on my Araquanid, but... we're at least going to get another turn. I unironically think I need to swap you out now. I need your life for Komodo. Otherwise, I don't think I can kill Komodo. So I think this is where we use you now. Just as, take a hit, please. You're going to protect. Please. Cool. Get paraflinched. I don't know. There's nothing better I could do. I need to hope that they misplay again. That's my way out. If I hit the protect, we're actually in a really good spot. I guess I Wide Guard in case they Rock Slide here. I think Fire Punch will come out instead, but you never know. It doesn't really matter because the other Pokemon's protected anyway. It's just trying to mitigate the damage on Ocean right now. Because I said I really want it for Komodo. Maybe I can get away with beating it without the Komodo. Okay, that's huge. The attack into that guy. Okay, they took out Araquanid. That's going to make my life way harder. Is this in the Tailwind, though? At the very least. Okay, Tailwind peters out, so we can now go into Masquerain. Masquerain, you can't miss Blizzards. It's not acceptable anymore. You, on the other hand, I guess you can just send a Thunder into this slot. And maybe Quick Claw procs, and maybe, like, that helps me in some way. Alright, have we missed anyone here? No, it's a double kill, I think. Yeah, double kill. So I expect Salamence to come out. I'm not sure who else comes out with it. He might be Komodo. If it's Komodo, we might need a Quick Claw proc next turn to stand a chance of winning. Salamence is good. It's what I wanted to see. Kyurem is interesting. It's not necessarily what I wanted to see, but equally it's not what I not wanted to see. It's a 3-on-3, but like it's heavily against us. I need Flash Cannon can give an accuracy drop, right? I need Flash Cannon accuracy drop with a Quick Claw, and then Kyurem to miss the attack. And then I need you to hit both with Blizzard. And then maybe this is doable. And by the way, this is all just to, like, have to repeat this again down the line. I just want to know if it is possible. I think I've hit both with Blizzard, but we didn't get the Quick Claw proc, so... Lagoon's dying this turn, I think. Salamence insta-gives. The Kyurem's going to be the issue now. I just can't kill it easily. We go for Reflect Up, though, still, right? We might take this. We do take it. Fucking Omniboost! Every time it's the Omniboost. I hate this gimmick. I think that actually kills me now. I just don't see a world where I get through this. I need accuracy drop, and then it doesn't miss me multiple times. Cool. Didn't get accuracy drop. Flash Cannon can give accuracy, right? Let me just quickly check this. I'm not talking on my ass, I think. Flash Cannon. Or am I thinking of something else? Flash. Oh, it's special defense, not accuracy. Am I thinking of a previous generation? I thought it was accuracy. Alright, Reflector's gone, so the pain is coming. And I don't have a Araquanid for you. The scary thing about this guy, by the way, is he's got, what's he called now? Comomium Z, which means he's going to do Clangorous Scales, whatever it is, which is a Z move that does a lot of damage and gives it an Omni Boost as well. That's basically the gimmick of this gym. All the dragons get Omni Boosts, or try to get Omni Boosts. I think we are in a really sad situation. Oh, need to quickly check a damage calculation. Where's Komo? Komo versus Vikavolt. How much does Thunder do? 36. Oh, I was gonna get to sing Air Slash. I actually forgot for this situation. That would have been smart. Yeah, that would have been really smart. Alright, we've learned something else. Either way, I think the calc won't matter because Thunder does 31.6. Which I don't think will be enough with Blizzard. I think my out then is Flash Cannon, Quick Claw, get the special defense drop, and then Blizzard might kill Komodo. I missed Komodo, he won't kill it anymore. Frostbite, please. Not that I can do that anyway. Alright, goodbye, cruel world. Well, at the very least, it does its full force Z move, but fails. So it doesn't get the Omni Boost. So swings and roundabouts, I suppose. This should kill. Actually, with the Omni Boost, it might not kill. Alright, it's a 1v1 and I'm faster, but I think Moa will kill me from here, even without the Omni Boost. And more to the point, I don't think I'll one-shot it even with an attack up. I'm pretty certain this will be lethal. Yeah. Okay, we're getting closer. It's this Vikavolt that I need to, like, figure out. I've got Quick Claw on it right, and if it doesn't trigger, it obviously feels pretty bad. Do I have... What was I going to teach? I think... Why do I not have Air Slash in this? Air Slash... Is it a TM in this game? I can't remember now. Air Slash, TM... It's not, I think. Okay. I can address this. I can address this quickly. You know what? I actually remember now. I don't think I need the ground type move. I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, one of the things I'm doing wrong. Because I was going to use the ground type move in the fairy type gym for the fairy steel types, but actually I don't need it. Was my theory. So I don't need Mud Shot. And we can lock that in. It does make it a bit awkward in my first save state. But that's fine. I'll remember to do that again later. So if I don't want to take the variant of Quick Claw, what is the other solution to this? I just keep grinding my face. Actually, you know what? Hang on a minute. Let's just send it back. Because the other thing that went wrong for me is we didn't get a protect, if you remember, because of paralysis. And I think that would have changed the game dramatically as well. Okay, so it turns out the optimal opening here for me, I think, is Bullet Punch, Quick Claw, Close Combat. But Tarantum doesn't die, and then Dialga doesn't get the Omni Boost. I think that's the dream opening. Okay, we've not got the dream opening. Please don't get the Omni Boost. Actually, it doesn't matter now. The Omni Boost is irrelevant, because I'm going to kill you with Heracross next turn anyway. And I guess the other dream is you hit Scizor here. Cool. Love that. 2 for 3 in this slot. By the way, you got the Omni Boost again. Okay, I actually think this line has solved it for me. I know what I'm doing now. I see the Matrix. I Bullet Punch you. I pick up the kill here as well with Close Combat. That's your ass dead. The other ass dead as well. Tailwind basically gets no value on this turn because nothing else is attacking. And next turn, I basically guarantee Scizor is going to take a Fire-type move, so we swap into Onsen in the Scizor slot. I did not expect you to come in, but I think I should try and keep my Heracross alive as well. That makes things a little bit questionable, though. Because what is your other move? You don't have a fire move, I think. Oh, it might be Rock Blast. Oh my god. Why did you go to this guy and not Mega Salamence? If it was Mega Salamence, it was definitely Heat Wave incoming. Now I have doubts. I think because of this doubt, I'm going to have to do things slightly differently. I think I'm going to take my damage here, let the Scizor perish, which is okay. And I need to swap you out, I guess, into Vikavolt, but I don't love that. I'll go for Vikavolt because I assume into Heracross slot is going to be Dual Wing Beat, which is resisted more by Vikavolt. It's neutral damage into Vikavolt. I suspect that's not what's going to happen here, but just in case. Okay, it is what happened here. I'm really intrigued if they're going to keep Scizor alive. Oh my god, Scizor is alive. They're throwing. Ah, you got the Omni Boost again! I want to just cry. I think without the Omni Boost, Sizzle picks up a kill here, and the game like is drastically different because their Tailwind is basically no value right now, or very minimal value. It's still pretty good because I can burn another turn with Protect. Eventually, I think it'll be this turn. Oh my god, he lives because of the Omni Boost. Wow, they're kind of doing weird things. Dragonite's gonna Fire Punch me. Alright, Sizzle's gone, but Sizzle did enough work by a long margin. I just need to get through Tailwind. It's one more turn, I think. You're gonna Protect. Please, if there's any, like, God out there, get the Quick Claw proc. Okay, Vikavolt dead. But I still don't think it's the end of the world right now, because I needed someone to die this turn anyway. Tailwind peters out. We now use Lagoon. And more importantly, in my back pocket, I do now have my Araquanid at full health for the Komodo. Lagoon, you can't miss Dragonite. If you miss Dragonite, we lose. Yes, we lose if you miss Dragonite. It's locked in stone. We miss Dragonite, we lose. Because they'll set Tailwind up again. Alright, send it back. I'm getting close to, I think, the line where this is, like, doable. I see the path, because if we got through that turn, they're forced into Komodo plus Mega Salamence. If I hit the Blizzard and Mega Salamence, then it's Komodo versus Heracross and Araquanid, basically. And I think that's a matchup that they can win. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. I sprayed myself for some good luck. I'm actually so close to just saying this is good enough. Let's go check the other guys. But I just want to see it in action one time. Okay, so this is the optimal opening if the Dialga doesn't get the Omni Boost. You've done it 100% of the time so far. And I know it's not 100% certain. I've seen it not do it before. By the way, this is bullshit, this battle. I actually kind of hate it because there is no secret power that gives you an Omni Boost. So it's a special one for the Rainbow Terrain battle that they've given for this gym. Not gym, sorry. Fine, hit Heracross, just don't get the Omni Boost. It's 100% of the time it gets Omni Boost. It's crazy. It doesn't really change what it does change what I do, kind of, but... You know what? I should do this, then. And make sure that it dies, because it won't die now to Heracross without a crit. Like, that chip damage matters. I think now it's guaranteed kill. Maybe not guaranteed, but close to guaranteed. Okay, it was a damage roll. I lost the damage roll, because I did that before and it worked. Send me back. I wish I knew what the number was. I wish I knew it was 60. I think it's 60, just based on, like, my estimations. But honestly, it feels like, I mean, 100 right now, but, like, it feels like it's higher than 60. But it can't be 60% chance to get an Omni Boost. Oh, above that. That would be ludicrous. It'd be so, like, disgusting. Fine. Good. Ideal hit Scizor. Okay, don't get the Omni Boost. I'll accept this trade. It's actually absurd. By the way, I can make my Heracross Adamant instead of whatever it's called. Jolly, I think it is, for up speed minus special attack. The problem, which by the way makes it not a damage roll anymore, it would just be a kill. But if I do that, it's then slowed in Excadrill, and I can't necessarily kill the Excadrill anymore in the ground battle, so it's really important that I have it jolly. I guess we do this again and just see if we pick up the kill. I'm pretty certain it must be a damage roll, because we did it in one of the previous attempts to kill the Dialga. In this exact situation. It's the Pokemon madness. I do something one time that I just can't replicate it. Maybe it's a damage roll the other way. Actually, hang on a minute. I can check this. The whole point of me having Pokemon damage calculator up. Dialga. With +1 in the defensive stat. Versus Heracross. Heracross Jolly with Moxie with a +1 attack boost. In close combat does 80 to 95% damage. Alright, just going to note it down. 80 to 95. Sizzle. With Bullet Punch does 11 to 13. So, I guess on average it like does 99%. So it's a damage roll, but not in like the... It's not in my favor, but only slightly. It's like pretty close to being 50-50. Bearing in mind as well, you know, as long as it doesn't get the Omni Boost, this is all fine. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay. We don't get the Moxie Boost this time, so... Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. The Omni Boost doesn't matter. It only matters in the situations where I don't get the kill there. You can do whatever the fuck you want now. Now it misses. It's the first time I've seen it miss. It's the one time where it just doesn't matter, because it's dead regardless. You actual scumbag. I'm so tempted to leave you on the field, but I know I shouldn't. Right, multiscale's broken. Tailwind's incoming. Who is going into the other slot? Show me Mega Salamence, because I think Heat Wave will come out then. It is Salamence this time. Right. I got what I wanted, but am I actually happy with this? I should be happy with this. It's still not, like, quite perfect. It's always, like, second-guessing yourself. Because if I swap out right now into what I want to swap into, which is Onsen, the Center Scorch, I'm always, like, worried that Dragonite's just going to send out a Rock Slide for the sake of it. And then I just, like, get super unhappy. Same with Mega Salamence, they can just send out Rock Slides and I get mega unhappy. And then it's, does Dragonite use Dual Wing Beat to the Heracross, or does it use Fire Punch into the Scizor? Does Mega Salamence use Heat Wave into both? I'm going to assume Mega Salamence is going to Heat Wave, so that's the first thing I'm going to prepare for. I think I will let Scizor... I don't really need Scizor, but it would be nice to have it into the Kyurem Black. I will be honest with you, it's pretty useful to have. But actually, it's not bad into Komodo either. You know what? I'll keep you alive. I'll put Onsen in. I'm so concerned about a Rock Slide, though. If we get Rock Slided, I think we're just going to, like, have the world's saddest time. I'm also going to hope, and I've not damage counted this, I'm hoping that you live through this turn. If you die and Onsen lives, I'm okay with that outcome as well. I'd obviously rather it not happen, but the dream is they both live. But I'm going to assume Dual Wing Beat comes into Heracross because that would be 4 times effective. And Heat Wave hits both. And I'm hoping that Light Storm can take both of these. Step 1. Vikavolt might live this if it's dual wing beat. Oh, okay. Now we're in business. Okay, the Fire Punch the Sizzle slot. So now what we can do is protect. Protect. That's another turn of Tailwind gone. And at the end of next turn, the Tailwind ends. So I need a Pokemon to die next turn. Which I know sounds mean, but like, I need to swap into, what's his name? Masquerain. I think I'm going to go with a double protect for you. I think it's the only way you live through the next turn. And I'll sack you. That's the new plan. Quick Claw didn't activate, so Light Storm is dead regardless. I think they're both dying, actually. Just got an Omni Boost again. Well, I wasn't looking. I think they did. That actually probably is game as well. Also, did your Tailwind peter out? I wasn't paying attention. I think it's over, right? That was the last turn of Tailwind? If not, then we've like super lost and I can't count. But I think we're fucked because I think Salamence is like going to live this now. I'm hoping for a misplay. Oh, it's still Tailwind. How is it still Tailwind? Wait. Okay, we've lost. How is it still... You're Omni Boost again. Alright, apparently I can't count to 4. I'm very confused. I thought we... Wait, Dragonite Tailwinded on the turn that was on its own. Then I double swapped and lived the turn. Then I protected, which was 3. Then I double died. Why did the Tailwind not end? That's 4 turns, no? By the way, so far, Vikavolt has no reason to be in my squad right now. It's actually not contributed basically anything. So, of Pokemon to be cut, it's on the list. You could say something fairly similar about Centiskorch, but I think Centiskorch has got some value to the Ghost Gym, which Vikavolt doesn't really have. It's fine. You know what? Dialga, you Omni Boost. It's okay. Bullet Punch to break Multiscale. You're going to kill this guy. You're going to Tailwind as well, correct? Like you always do. You Tailwind. This is turn 1 of Tailwind, right? Because you get it on the turn you use it, so... Just because the other Pokemon died doesn't mean they didn't get the turn of Tailwind, right? So this should be turn 2 coming up. I believe. I'm gonna make the same gambit I did last time. The game might, like, predict this now. Good. Oh, really good. Okay, they actually did kind of like second guess it this time. Onsen instantly dies. I was going to say it's a crit as well, isn't it? Because that was way more damage than it should have been. Okay. In this case, what's the plan? I don't love it. You know, I'll put up Reflect, and you'll Protect. That was 2 turns of Tailwind, by the way. This is the 3rd turn, I think. So, the end of the next turn, Tailwind should end. Because it's only 4 turns in this game, I believe, of Tailwind. I'd really like Ocean to live. I might just send Ocean back to the back. It's really spooky to do this. If I get Heat Waved, I just lose, but... They were never going to Fire Punch or Heat Wave the Araquanid, particularly, because, you know, it resists fire, basically. So I think this is safe to go into Scizor. Famous last words. And I want you to die this turn. I would obviously like you to be a bit more proactive on your death. If you can Quick Claw Thunder this, then I think even with an Omni Boost, I will kill it. No Omni Boost, please. I lived. I lived! That's not good. Well, actually... I should have hit the Dragonite because I think I would have killed it. I think I've actually thrown here. Assuming Tailwind does end this turn, it did. I've actually thrown. Okay, the way out of this now is Quick Claw procs and kills Dragonite before it Tailwinds. Please hit the Thunder. It can still miss. It's only 70 accurate. I actually don't know if it kills either. I think it will do. You scumbag, you actual piece of garbage. Oh, it did Tailwind. Let's go. We're actually so back now. They've well, they say the Giga Thrown. I now need a Blizzard to hit 70 accurate Blizzard. Oh god, and Kamo's here. Well, here's the thing. I really need a Araquanid to up when Kamo hits the field because I need to wide guard the scales, but as long as I kill Dragonite here, I'm actually okay with this. I think I'm just going to have to sack it. This is all this is. Please don't miss. Please double Blizzard. If you double Blizzard, I think it's over. Again, none of this really matters because I have to do this again at some point. I missed Dragonite again. It might not be the worst, though. If Dragonite just sets up Tailwind for itself, I can possibly, like, stall through it. Please. Don't Tailwind. Fire Punch the Scizor. You know you want to. It's so juicy. Fuck! Okay. Well, that's a problem. That's a really big problem. Okay. I think the grand plan here is that you don't get the Omni Boost. Hit you. We're going to swap out here into Araquanid because Araquanid can now just die. And I'm going to use Intimidate again in the future to, like, lower the attack. The dream is that one of my Pokemon lives here, but I don't think they will. I think they're both dying. That's the biggest crit I've ever seen. It's kind of, like, maddening because, again, when I come back to do this, that's the 1 in 16 chance, baby. That I'm not going to get on that attempt. It's still not over, by the way. This Dragonite in Tailwind is faster than all my Pokemon. And it has got a spread move. It has Rock Slide. And if it uses this turn, Araquanid's dead. Okay, either way, Araquanid's not dead. Insane. Oh, Reflect was up. That's why. Okay. Everyone calm yourselves. You might as well just send the Bullet Punch. You should wide guard, because your damaging moves here are basically nothing. It's either do you set Reflect up again, or do you use wide guard. Actually, no, it's Reflect. Yeah, it's Reflect. Because actually, if they do Rock Slide here, it's fantastic, because Scissor will live. And Scissor's got lethal from here. Alright, we're good. Actually, I was going to say unlosable. I think it is unlosable. Because this can't miss. Oh yeah, Tailwind. It was well, no, it was losable. I protected for the loss, unless this doesn't kill, which I think it will do. Okay, I mean, we got another crit, but I don't think the crit mattered that time. It's possible. We can beat the dragon guy with this team. Okay, we've actually moved the needle slightly. Congratulations to me. Next is the fairy guy, who again is a girl. Now we're moving away from single battles now. Sorry, double battles. We're going to single battles. I don't know if there's any move I need to change. Just give me a second. And you know what? If if I can't repeat all these again, I'll just stitch them together into one video and go like, yes, I beat the Elite Four. Yes. Albeit, I'm doing all this, by the way, I might still not be able to beat the champion with whatever team I select, so there is a real dick flattening in my future. But hopefully it doesn't come to this. Okay, so we've changed energy for Protect. I think Vikavot would like the Energy Ball back now. Hang on a sec, let me just quickly check. Do I need Energy Ball here? Actually, I don't need Energy Ball. Nah. I can try without it. It's not essential. To be honest with you, I don't think Leech Fang is either, but it's also pretty spookerific. Actually, no, there is a reason I want to change that. Alright, so Fairy Girl. Fairy Girl. Centiscotch. I need to go from Protect back to Leech Fang, which I can do. And then I also need to go from Cobra Berry back to Assault Vest. That's the reason why I need to swap it. I need Assault Vest on this thing. Probably. I think for now it's the only change I need to make. Where's my Assault Vest? There it is. And this is another battle that I need my Heracross to be really quick on. And actually, this is the reason I think, well, the big reason why I really couldn't afford to make it Jolly. Adamant, I had to make it Jolly. There's a Togekiss in this fairy battle, which is really scary, so I had to have some other means of dealing with it. And I think Heracross into a Steel move, into it is my answer. Let me just quickly create the save state again. Okay, so the gimmick with the Fairy one, the gimmick of Fairy is permanent Misty Terrain. So Misty Terrain is always up. This is the reason why I didn't bring Butterfree, because Butterfree is really good at putting Pokemon to sleep. In Misty Terrain, you can't put status on Pokemon, so all my moves which had potential chances to burn, poison, and so on, or paralyze, that won't ever trigger. The other thing about this terrain, because it's called like Pixie Terrain, I think, if you're a Fairy type Pokemon, you get to boost your lowest defensive stats, whether that is defense or special defense. So basically every Pokemon gets a bit more tanky. Other things to note for the Pokemon here, we're going to be doing single battles. Magearna is their lead. Clefable, Togekiss, Azumarill, Mega Mawile, and Xerneas. The Xerneas is set up to do Power Herb Geomancy, which is actually just a Blitzkrieg. It's so much damage in the future, so it's really scary if that happens. I need to try and avoid it. So that's going to be the game plan. Two of them are steel fairy type, so hopefully the fire type Centiskorch does well into them. And we'll see what the opening is, because this is why I'm leading with fire type, to try and like destroy Magearna as quickly as possible. Magearna has Flare Cannon, which I think is just... it's special close combat for fairies, I believe. Also, a lot of these Pokemon have hidden power fire, so again, Centiskorch gets quite a lot of value because a lot of these fairies have fire moves, because they were expecting, you know, steel types. Also, it's Reflect as well, which would be pretty spooky if they set it up, because again, I'm not a lot of physical attackers. They've also got Heart Swap, which is a move I never ever heard of before. I don't know if it's a signature or not, but if I get any stat change, they can swap it with their stat change, basically, so it just stops you setting up in front of Magearna. Not that I was going to do it anyway, but I can't. Right, so they got a booster there. I think it was defense they got. I wasn't paying attention. Either way, gonna Fire Lash. It's gonna do super effective damage and also low defense by 1. They're gonna see my fire type. They're gonna swap. I'm gonna hope they swap into Xerneas. That's the dream. Or they don't swap. I'm okay with this as well. It's damage is still damage, right? If they stay in, they die. If they stay in, they don't die. I forgot they're gonna use Reflect. They don't stay in. Okay, we'll see how this goes. It went to Azumarill, not completely shocking. Right. I'm expecting Water-type moves to be incoming, so we're going to play the game. I've also fucked up. Oh no, I haven't fucked up. I was going to say, part of the reason why I'm doing Fairy before Ghost, at some point I want to put Toxic on this thing, but obviously right now is not the time because of the Fairy terrain, so when we get into Ghost, I'll probably put Toxic on this guy. Actually, you know what? It probably would be even smart to go into Heracross, Scizor. Yeah, this is a smart move play, because it won't be super effective damage here. It might still do a chunk, but... that was way more than I was expecting. I'm going to be, like, very level with you. I've probably just lost immediately. I'm quicker, right? Wait, am I quicker? Yeah, I am quicker. See you later. I'll try and win it. I thought I was going to take like half of what I just took. Oh, by the way, the Azumarill's plan is it has Normalium Z on it, and it also has Belly Drum. And if you combine that to be like, I think it's called like Belly Drum Z or something, Belly Drum fully heals you, then does the Belly Drum effect afterwards, which is actually really scary. But hopefully it doesn't come to this. Oh, here it goes. It's doing Belly Drum Z move. So it'll heal to full, then take half damage again. And now it's got max attack stats, which, you know, I don't think I need to tell you +6 Azumarill is pretty scary. But I've got Reflect up, so he's basically +3 now. Smile. I was so tempted to swap into Scizor, but I'm going to assume it's not Aqua Tail. Its only other damaging move is Aqua Jet. And its final one is Play Rough. Play Rough would not be effective into Scizor. But I think with the amount of damage I took, I can't do that anymore. I think I just have to sack the Araquanid, which is fine. I don't really expect anything great from Araquanid here. Yeah. The new hope of all hopes is that Scizor can kill Azumarill from this health with Bullet Punch. I'm actually not sure it can. Oh god, I think it's going to live. Yeah, okay, that's game. I think this will kill me. Yeah. Alright. I kind of beansed it. We'll just send it back. You know, I'll give it one more chance. Hang on a minute. The last chance, I guess, is now that you proc Quick Claw. Which you didn't. Because you'll die to this. Yeah, okay. It'll squeak my teeth now. A single battle's easy to solve. Yeah, probably. There's less options potentially that can occur in a singles battle, so it's like easy to solve in that regards. I'm actually kind of surprised they took the opening they did as well. I kind of just assume again it would instantly swap. Because a change I could make here is I could give this Brick Break, but I can't put Close Combat back on again, so I'd have to get rid of Bullet Siege, which is actually not ideally the move I'd like to remove, but I could remove Bullet Siege for Brick Break. If I do that, I can break Reflect with Heracross, but it would just be finding the timing to do that, which would be really hard. Can you learn Brick Break? Wait. No, I'm going to teach you, I think, but it's just to know. You can learn Brick Break. Okay. It's an option. Alright, let's see what they do this time. By the way, McGinn has Light Clay, so the Reflect lasts for 7 turns. Ideally, I'd like to not let it set up, but I can't really play around everything, you know? This is still sizable damage. And if I have to play the game with the Azumarill again of swapping in and out, I'll do that. I don't think you can knock off Z Crystals. The other thing I can do is predict the swap into Azumarill and just send a Power Whip. But I bet you the turn I do this, they don't actually do the swap anymore. Let's humor it. Oh, by the way, Power Whip can miss. I think it's only 90 accurate. How much does this do? Decent. It kind of doesn't solve the problem, sadly, but the problem being that it's going to belly drum at some point and just heal it back off and then, like, take the damage again. Fuck, does so much damage! Oh, by the way, it has huge power as well. Alright, it's done the belly drum gig again. I do like belly drum. I'm honestly not mad about this gimmick. I kind of find it funny. I don't think I'd have ever considered doing this, so I will give the ROM maker credit. I like the idea that they've put forwards. I don't know if we take this in Reflect. No, we don't. It's Play Rough that's coming in. I think we just have to take it and take the L. Because I don't really have any great use of Araquanid beyond what I've just done. And in fact, I probably should get rid of the Citrus Berry and give it Light Clay for this battle. I think that's the other thing I should do. So I get Reflect for longer. Alright, Scizor. In Reflect versus +6 Azumarill, do you take an attack? Oh, I just realized something else. No, is the answer. Okay. Oh, Azumarill, you're going to be a fucking nuisance. Right, sorry, I've realized the other thing that I've just done wrong. It's not good to do the prediction, so I also lowered its defense when I hit it with a Fire-type move before, and the defense drop was actually very important. So I won't do that again. What I think I will do, though, this time is... I'll do it next time, sorry. I'll put Light Clay on Araquanid. I think that's actually a reasonable change, because the Citrus Berry won't matter. So this time we're going to just Fire Lash. Okay, they swapped this time, so no Reflect this time. What are we going into? Xerneas. Xerneas is a yikes. Because this thing... this thing is going to do Power Herb Geomancy. If I'd known this was what was going to happen, I would knock off instead. To knock off the Power Herb. So it couldn't do the shenanigans. So in case you've never seen this before, by the way, this was like the hotness in X and Y with this legendary. So there's a move called Geomancy, and the move Geomancy boosts every single stat by +2. Which, as you can imagine, is broken. And the reason they balance this move is they balance it around the fact that it takes 2 turns normally. So 1 turn charges, the 2nd turn you get your boost. So you get 2 swings at it before the boost comes off. However, there is a held item in the game called Power Herb, and any move that would take 2 turns takes 1 turn and it consumes the item. And it works with Geomancy, so basically Xerneas can just give itself +2 across the board. But actually, it's not even just +2 across the board, because it gave itself I don't know what it was, like a defense plus when we enter the battle because of Pixie Terrain. So this thing is like +2 across the board with the exception of one defensive set with +3. I'm going to try and threaten killing it. Because I think Bullet Seed will 2-shot from here. Or 1-shot from here. Alright, there you go. Scariest, well, one of the scariest Pokemon in the game. Alright, Magearna is back. My assumption of Magearna coming back means that Reflect is coming up. I'm going to just do the same thing again. I'm going to go to Onsen. It might also use Hidden Power Fire just before the Reflect. Which would be phenomenal. That's the optimal play for me. Oh, get rolled, Magearna. Get rolled. Alright, swapping out again. As long as I can stop the Reflect, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, we see Clefable. Clefable has leftovers. It's unaware, so it ignores any stat changes that I might make. And it's going to... It's kind of weird. It's kind of like Stally because it has leftovers. It's quite a bulky Pokemon. It also has Flamethrower, Moonblast, and Counter. It's probably going to try and hit me with a Counter since I'm only going to hit it with physical moves, which means I'm probably going to swap out. That being said, I think I'll knock off the leftovers. It does have Soft Boiled as well, which means it can heal. It's another Pokemon it's kind of scared to swap into with Scizor. I think I'll take the knockoff and take the counter damage. There goes leftovers, so it's a bit of its healing gone. Here comes counter. It shouldn't do that much, right? Eh. Okay, I'm going to predict it's going to counter me again because I only have physical moves. Joke's on you, I'm going to swap. Mainly because I need that guy again for Mega Mawile, ideally. There's counter, it fails because it didn't attack you. You're probably going to swap now. You do. I'm going to guess Azumaril's incoming. Oh, Togekiss. Okay. This Togekiss is also quite annoying, but I should be doing super effective damage, right? Yeah, okay, that's like... Chef Kiss, I don't know why you're not going to Mega Mawile or Azumarill, but I'll take another kill if you're going to just give me a kill. Magearna's back. Joke's on you, Magearna. Guess who else is back? The funny thing about all this is, I still think there's a route to defeat here. The Mega Mawile, if Centiskorch goes down, is actually going to be a bit of a problem to deal with. Especially when Reflect comes up. Because this battle is one of the few battles where my match scoring is actually not very good. Okay, here comes Reflect. So Fleur kind of can be the only move that comes into this. I'm going to just keep sending it. Nice. Because either way, if he swaps, I get a defense down on whatever swaps in. It's Azumarill will be swapping out. Now, I think Onsen is going to do a little die here, buddy. You know, I could actually try a different line. We could go into Lightstorm instead and see how well he takes it. Because this would stop them belly drumming. Or at least it wouldn't be a comfortable belly drum anymore. Nice. Even better. Quick Claw and don't miss Thunder. Do I live this? Yeah, I do. And I don't miss this. Please kill. Nice. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Because the dream actually is to get a swap into Heracross versus it, because I think the Heracross with Bullet Seed possibly kills. Okay, this thing has huge power. It's just got an insanely high attack stat. It does have Swords Dance, which is the thing I need to be scared of now. I don't want this thing to set up in my face. It also has Iron Head, Play Rough, and Sucker Punch. I'm kind of assuming it's going to Sucker Punch. And if I know it's going to Sucker Punch, I should swap. Because it's a free swap. If it's Swords Dance, there's a slight concern. Not hugely concerning, but it's pretty scary. If it Play Roughs, the world is over. Now you trigger the Quick Claw, you scumbag. Show me Sucker Punch. actually fine. I should take this. I take this. Okay, we're gonna die because there's fuck, Sucker Punch is gonna kill me. All right, I have to trade it. Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet you if I swapped it wouldn't Sucker Punch, but all right, I need to find a different way to kill this now, and it's actually not free. And I just remembered something else. My Heracross at this point should know Earthquake. Do you have Earthquake? Did I give you Earthquake? And it's for this very reason. Yeah, I fucked up. Well, I say I fucked up. It would be Smart Strike I'd have to swap, but Smart Strike's actually quite good here as well. Hang on a sec. So Night Slash won't be affected, so Smart Strike is my best move on this Pokemon. Because it'll be neutral damage, I think. Flash Cannon will be neutral. Bullet Punch will be neutral. Hydro Pump is neutral. Okay, I'm gonna do something fun, which I've not done yet. But the other reason why I wanted to use Masquerain, I can use it as a pseudo support Pokemon because of Intimidate. It's not quite Incineroar, but if you squint really hard, it's kind of Incineroar, right? I do a little Intimidation, then rather than Parting Shot, I'm gonna U-turn, and I'm so quick. I'm quick on this thing. See you later. So I get basically a free Intimidate, drop his attack stat, which is like the big thing from Mawile. It only cares about his attack stat. It has huge power, in fact. Then I swap into Scizor, and I'm going to assume Iron Head or play Rough with incoming, and we resist both with Scizor. So we resist this. And it does less damage now because I did Intimidation. We're now going to stay in, because I don't really have any better options. I was going to say, I really need that to do more damage. Okay, he's now +1 attack. Oh, we're in Reflect. This thing might kill me. Like, seriously. I don't see why you're around killing this now. Why did that do so much damage that time? Well, Sucker Punch is... Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Sucker Punch might not get me? No, because it's a priority move, but in priority move versus priority move, speed order matters. And my Scizor has actually got a bit of speed stat to it. Just for this situation. I gave it 100 speed EVs. Okay, now I think the battle might be over. I guess that's another Steel-type Pokemon, so it's pretty spooky. I shouldn't just toss this off. A Fire-type move is incoming. We should probably just go to Onsen. Onsen, Ocean. I'd love to go to Onsen, but I can't. That being said, Ocean can't really do much here, but not... I mean, what's it going to do to me? Like, what's it going to do to me? It has Flare Cannon, which is going to lower its stats. Hidden Power 5 does nothing, basically. Heart Swap doesn't matter, and Reflect is going to, like, make me do less damage. I'm going to do nothing anyway. I guess it can lower its stats with Liquidation, potentially. Just set up Reflect again. This is going to do, like, nothing, by the way. Actually, more than I thought. I'll take it. The question is, how much does this do? It should do a decent chunk. But now you're lowering your defense, right? Oh, special attack. Never mind. It's not close combat. It's like Petal Blizzard, then. Petal Blizzard? Petal Storm? I can't remember which one it is. There's too many, like, moves in Pokemon. Oh, you heart swap the special attack drop. That's really smart. And you take my special attack. Oh, actually, round of applause. I actually didn't consider them using it that way. Genius. Not that it matters because my special attack stat is irrelevant, but they've reset theirs back to normal. Goodbye, Magana. I assume... Clefable. It's the last Pokemon, so it had to be. There's not all I can do about this. I think we just take the L. Is that really your best move right now? It can't be. You have Moonblast. This thing has softball, so it could make the game last for a while. Or it could not. There we go. We get a defense drop. I actually should PP max the Liquidation and Leech Fang as well. It's very conceivable, for example, this case, I might run out PP for them both. Sorry, this end's going to be really tedious. One more defense drop, I would have had them by now. I think that's the last Liquidation. Alright, the crit will do. That's the other issue with, like, stalling like that. If you get the 1 in 16 crit, you just fall over. It's why, well, one of the reasons why crits are actually important to be in the game. To break things like that. And then the last Pokemon is Magana. We don't really have a great swap here. I'll just stay in. But as soon as I come to Sizzle, I win. Did you see the damage bar even go down there? Because I didn't. Alright, take my puny life. There you go. It went down by 1. Okay. But Sizzle from here should be able to finish. I say this is not a good attack, but it's like neutral. So it would have done like maybe a 1/5 of the health. The Gin is also quite bulky, so... Anyway, proof of point, we can beat the Fairy Girl. Right. So the final goal, and I think this is going to be the hardest one, which is the other reason why I left this to last. I need to beat the Ghost guy. And the Ghost guy is actually really fucking annoying. Partially because I can't use Dark-type Pokemon because, you know, there's no Dark bugs in the game. Partially because I can't use Ghost types because I don't have them. But I can actually teach some Ghost moves here and there. I think this is the one I'm the least confident about. And also the one that I'm going to have to ask you to give me a second because I need another bio break. All this Pepsi just ran straight through me, so give me a moment. Okay, I'm back. So Fairy Girl, we're fine with, so now we're up to Ghost Guy. And as I said, I think for Ghost Guy, because Ghost Guy, there are some physical attackers, but it's very few and far between. What I really need to do is... Araquanid needs to lose... Reflect. I don't think it'll be useful here, and I can reteach it later. I think it needs Toxic. Otherwise, Araquanid in this battle does almost nothing. So let's do that. And then we'll play it by ear after this. Because I can't remember anything else I, thought of. But, as I said, I think this is the scariest one. Because there's some really annoying things this guy can do. I actually could have got rid of Leech Fang there as well and felt quite happy about things. Actually, I won't. I'll do this. And I think while I'm here as well, I'm thinking about it. Let me PP max Liquidation. I'm going to hold off on Leech Fang for now because I might actually have to take that off at some point and relearn it. So I'd rather not PP max a move that I forget. I'm going to create... I don't know why I'm creating save states. I might as well actually just save the game and just undo everything I did when I go back to the first guy. Because that's part of the reason why I've been doing it with these moves in particular. I can relearn the old ones again and, reset the battle. You know what? I'm fucking doing it. And if I have to, I'll just go back to the save state I started when I did this episode. That's the most sensible way of doing this. Okay. The other thing, okay, to talk about this guy. So this guy is a ghost guy. He is going to set up, I think it's called like spooky terrain or something. What are you actually called? Shadowy Vale, sorry. I prefer spooky terrain though. So he's going to set up Shadowy Vale. In Shadowy Vale, every ghost type Pokemon takes half damage at full health. It's basically the effect, I mean, it's the effect of the multi-scale on Dragonite there before. Also the effect of Lunala, whose effect I've actually now forgotten, but it's basically that effect and what it's based on. Also though, if you're a ghost type at full health, you're not affected by entry hazards. And also, if you're not a ghost type Pokemon, you can't use Safeguard or Substitute. Substitute was not a huge issue because I can't actually get Substitute at this point in the game anyway, so who cares? Safeguard though is actually quite annoying because most of the Pokemon in this area. And by the way, this guy is going to be stalling me out. He's going to put up a bunch of status effects and just stall the game out for most of these Pokemon. Namely, he's going to try and burn me, which is going to be pretty annoying. So it would be nice to have Safeguard. His Pokemon are Marshadow. That's what he leads with. It's an Ultra Beast. It's going to use Marshadium Z to do, I forgot what it's called now, like 7 Fingers of Pain or something. And obliterate whatever I lead with. So that's the scary opening. How do I deal with Marshadow? Then it has Jellicent, Giratina, which are both set up, Cofagrigus actually. All 3 of these are set up to stall the game out, basically. Cofagrigus is Mummy, so it will overwrite my abilities. Giratina has Leftovers, Raw, so if I ever try and set up, it's going to just knock me out. It has Rest, Will-O-Wisp, and Hex. It's really annoying, and also has, like, max out health stats on the Eevee. It's going to be a real pain in the ass to kill. Jellicent has Taunt, which makes it pretty hard to toxic this Pokemon, which is actually part of the reason why I'm bringing, and actually it's probably the big reason why I decided to bring Vikavolt. I needed something that dealt with this Jellicent, and actually, almost every other Pokemon I was considering bringing aren't good into Jellicent, but Vikavolt is, so hopefully Vikavolt can deal with the Jellicent. It's basically, it's one-time use. Other scary things are Mega Gengar has Shadow Tag, so if I get locked into a battle with Mega Gengar, I have to fight it, otherwise I die. And it's really quick, and has a really good moveset. It's basically a physical attack, special attacking sweeper, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, Giga Drain. Scary. And then finally, it's got Blacephalon, which is a Ghost Fire type, which again is an Ultra Beast, so if it ever kills a Pokemon, it gets a Beast Boost, which is really nasty, and it'll be an attack stat. It's got Weakness Policy as well, so if you try and do a Dark move into it, it's going to get a boost to its attack stat. And it's got Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fighting, and Calm Mind, so it can also set up, so it's a really scary Pokemon to leave on the field. Hopefully, though, we can deal with these guys. In part, this is the reason why I think Centiskorch is going to be very good here. Will-O-Wisp does not affect fire type, so if we're ever going to Giratina, we can go into Centiskorch and basically make the Giratina not that effective anymore. Blacephalon, if we ever think it's going to attack one of my bugs, it's almost certainly going to use Flamethrower. We go into Centiskorch, we don't take that damage, so that's the whole reason Centiskorch is here. Now, I am going to say, I don't really know what I want to lead with here. Marshadow is pretty scary, like, it does a lot of damagios. So, like, I could try and use Lagoon. It'd basically be like, I mean, at the very worst that's going to happen is Lagoon gets Intimidate off on it, and it's a physical attacking Pokemon. I think I'm faster. I am faster. So I can try Hurricane, which will be super effective, but as I said, because of the effect of the gym, and it's not a gym, but you know what I mean, because of the effect of the area, it's going to take half damage, so I think it'll live through whatever I do to it. But hopefully, Hurricane's got a small chance to confuse. Maybe we get the confusion chance, and then maybe from there, we just get a one, not even a 1-for-1, we just get a free kill on my first Pokemon. We'll try that before I think about something a bit smarter, because I don't really have a great Pokemon to Marshadow. This guy was one of the reasons, actually, of the Marshadow is why I was considering using some defensive Pokemon, like at least having one defensive Pokemon, like a, you know, Shuckle-type Pokemon, just to try and get through this Marshadow. But the other annoying thing about this Marshadow is its ability is long reach, which means that any contact move doesn't proc with Marshadow. So I couldn't do the old Shuckle, you know, Rocky Helmet strat. It wouldn't work. Oh, unlike everything on this Pokemon, you know, Hurricane is 70% accurate. I could also U-turn here. I don't know exactly what it's going to do. I assume it's going to Spectral Thief, but I don't really have a great swap from Spectral Thief anyway. Like, all my Pokemon will take neutral damage to go, so I think we just, like, send it. The Confusion is the best. Confusion and get hit by Confusion. Yeah, it's about half damage. I got confusion. Hit yourself in confusion. Okay, this is the optimal play. But I will say, I know it happened the first time, which is probably a bad sign because I think that was about a 15% chance of happening. And it happened on the first attempt. Now, I could miss this Hurricane as well. Actually, it was even lower than that when you bear in mind the Hurricane was 10%. It was actually below 10%. Oh, you use Shadow Sneak? That's fine. Well, it's not fine. Shadow Sneak's a priority move, but it's not that much damage on it. Okay, this is, like, disgusting. This is, like, the best opening I can ever ask for. But proof of point that it can happen. Right, Blacephalon is here probably to flamethrower me. Goodbye, Blacephalon. Oh, by the way, in case you wonder why I had Hydro Pump on this guy, I think there's some cases where like we could use Hydro Pump. It's for Blacephalon. Hydro Pump will one-shot it, I think. Well, maybe not one-shot it, but like once I chip it down, which I will do in a second, it will one-shot it. Otherwise, I didn't have a great move with the Blacephalon. Yep. Sucks to be Blacephalon. Now we're going to just say knock off, because whatever it swaps into is going to have a sad time. And if it doesn't swap, it's going to have a sad time. Oh, he's trying to set up in my face? You fool. You damnable fool. So I am going to give it a really big boost here. Like, it's actually pretty scary on the special side. In fact, I think it's +3 special now. But I kind of don't care. Because it can't flamethrow me, so the best it can do is Shadow Ball. If it Shadow Balls me, it's going to die probably the next turn. Yeah, okay. So they've basically wasted Weakness Policy and Calm Mind. It's incredible. I basically said, like, okay, swap. We'll swap Pokemon. I say swap. We'll trade Pokemon. I take a KO, you take a KO. Deal? And they're like, no deal. Alright, this is the Pokemon I should actually respect, because I think Onson's pretty good into almost every other Pokemon with the exception of Jellicent and this guy. I don't think I should trade blows with Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus' point is it has Nightshade, which is fixed damage. It will always do 75 damage. And that's not a great trade for me, considering how bulky this thing is. It's also got Iron Defense, so it can get very physically bulky. It's got Body Press as well, which is pretty spooky. I think it does... It's Body Press. Body Press is the one that does more damage for your weight, right? It also has Haze, so if I try to set up in front of this Pokemon, it will just haze off my stats. Anyway, we're going to swap. I don't really know what into, to be completely honest with you. It kind of doesn't matter to some degree. Hand wavy, hand wavy. I'm trying to think which is the Pokemon now that has got the least amount of use left. It's probably Scizor, actually. Scizor's not really good in this battle. So maybe I just try and trade Scizor with this. Although I would lose Technician, which is pretty annoying. I'm gonna use Scizor. I think it's really not good. Like, nothing is good here. I need you. I'd like you, but I don't necessarily need you. I fucking forgot to get my Heracross a ground move again. Hang on a second. Heracross. Earthquake. This is the other reason I want it, because I need it for Gengar, because otherwise Heracross is not great into Gengar. Not unwinnable, but, like, it's not ideal. I'm actually not sure. You know what? I am sure. I know what I do. I use you. Because the best way for me to deal with this is actually to Toxicate. It's why I got Toxic. I don't know why you just haze there. But sure. So yeah, this 75 damage is set. Actually, I really should consider giving this Protect as well. Instead of... In fact, I think I've convinced myself now. Leech Fang into Protect, because I can re-swap that back again. And I could just easily stall this guy out, because otherwise it's kind of awkward for me to stall now. As in, like, it's impossible. I'll Leech Fang it, but you're going to see I do legitimately negative damage. This thing is so bulky. Right, we take 2 more of those. Yeah. It's not even going to move the needle on taking 3 of those. Honestly, I should use liquidation. The defense drop would be worth more. Yeah, I'm not going to get to be beyond 150. Okay, that's my bad. At the very least, so if we trade here, which we're going to do if he doesn't swap, I'm okay with it. And you know what? In case you do swap, I'm going to Toxic again. Fine. Let's trade one another's lives. I'm okay with this, because you're actually really annoying. Good. Thank you. Now, I will say Giratina is going to be a bit of a problem as well, because I was hoping to Toxic that as well. And I don't know what I'm going to start with here. I guess we just take Heracross as the coverall case. Giratina is not what I wanted to see, but it's fine. Actually, this is the other battle that... I say the other. This is the battle where conceivably I could use Mega Heracross as well. Because Mega Heracross is faster than all Pokemon except for Gengar. Oh, I'm Blast Ethel. Maybe I can't do it. Ah, whatever. Don't broke what isn't broken. Anyway, you're going to Will-O-Wisp me because that's the whole point. You Will-O-Wisp Hex. There was also a small temptation for me to have the ability capsule to change my Heracross from Moxie to Gut so that it would counter out Giratina doing the burn here. It would basically give me an attack boost, which would be like fantastic, but I don't think it's actually worth it. And again, it's really hard to get the hidden abilities on Pokemon right now. I can actually get Hidden Miss, by the way, now. It's not as a crucial resource as it once was, but it's still really hard right now. Oh, anyway, by the way, this is going to just keep roaring me because it can't deal with that Pokemon at all. Oh, this is the well, it's the semi-perfect situation. I basically can get a free swap here because he's going to try and burn me again, so I'm just going to U-turn him. I'm faster than him. So it's just free damage, baby. Not a lot, but it's free. And I'm back to Onsen again. The reason this is going to be super mega tedious without the Toxic now, which I guess we should like consider putting Toxic on someone else as well for this Pokemon, is that it has Rest on it. So it could like PP Storm me to like an unnaturally like insane degree. But what I'm probably going to do instead is I'm going to just start lowering its defense with Fire Lash. Because I think it'll roar me out again. And if I get it low enough, I can get it to the point where it won't be able to rest. This is the perfect situation again. See you later. And by the way, it's not guaranteed that it's going to be Lagoon. I think it is random. I just keep getting Lagoon. We are approaching a point where I would consider sending out Heracross, actually. With a double defense drop with a super effective move, it might actually get it from here. And what would be nice about picking up the kill with Heracross, of course, is Moxie would trigger. Right, see you later. I don't think you're the Pokemon that I want, though. Get rolled. Legitimately, for this one battle, this is why I decided Centiskorch has to be in the party. It's just too good into Giratina. It just trolls it. Oh, and by the way, this Giratina, if it really, really wanted to, it could just fucking do a damaging move. It can still Hex me, it can do damage, but for whatever reason, like, the AI is so, like, I must Will-O-Wisp then Hex you. I must Will-O-Wisp and Hex you. By the way, Hex does double damage into a Pokemon with a status effect on it. I must do this. I must do this. Then it just loops itself for a while. We're approaching the point now where I think it will just, like, break the loop and rest instead, but I've dropped its defense multiple times now. So much so I think Knockoff kills from here. So much so I think almost any move kills from here. If only it was 3 Pokemon are faster than this Giratina. I don't think you're one of them. No. I need Quick Claw. Okay. I know it's a broken record, but we should go back here. I think it'll rest this turn. Yeah, okay. It looks painful, right? It is painful. But I still have my defense drops. Actually, hang on a minute. How much does knockoff do at this point? I mean, I think it's -3 defense, no? And that's the damage I dealt on a super effective move. Oh, it's because it was a full health. I'm stupid. I actually had lethal. Don't wake up. Good. Nice. Oh, by the way, the other reason why Onsen is max speed is because of this matchup. At max speed, Centiskorch outspeeds Giratina. That's the only reason I've got it at max speed for this one matchup. By Centiskorch, it was purebred for defeating Giratina, or this Giratina. Anyway, it's dead. As soon as Gengar Mega Evolves, it's currently Levitate, it will switch to Shadow Tag. I need to switch to a Pokemon that wants to do a 1v1 with it. Fortunately, I've got a Pokemon that wants to do a 1v1 with him. It's Heracross. Now, it'd be better if I had Earthquake on my Heracross, but I still got a super effective move. If I get a crit as well, I will win. And if I don't get the crit, it's kind of okay at this point. My tempo is so much higher than my opponent. I feel good about things. I feel less good about seeing that damage bot. Again, other reason why I have to be max speed is this Mega Gengar. That's a crit. That's pretty good, actually. Goodbye, Heracross. Nice work. So the rest of this battle is just about me killing this Gengar. I need you, so it has to be you that deals with it. How much does this do? So good, Scizor. Oh my god. Like, one of the things I've enjoyed about this playthrough is like getting like the bond with certain Pokemon. I've got a huge amount of respect now for Scizor. And I've not even had Scizor for that long, but it does such good work. When it does well, it does fantastically well. Alright, this Jellicent, which is actually a real nightmare as well, has Recover. Also has Taunt, so it's hard to Toxic it, but we can't Toxic it anymore. Nightshade, so it does a fixed 75 damage. And has Scald. So you are not very fun. Also, you have Water Absorb, so I have to be very careful when using water moves in this battle, because Jellicent is going to punish me for it. I think at this point, your job is basically done as well. But I'm going to risk it. I don't know how much damage you take here, Lightstorm. Honestly, I should probably give you Assault Vest for this one battle. Because the Quick Claw doesn't matter as much. Yeah, I would have taken half damage. The burn is pretty bad, but I'm glad you got it, not Scizor. I might actually die now without a Quick Claw prop because of the burn. We'll see. I think Thunder will kill from here. Wow, it threw. In case you're wondering, Taunt stops you using non-damaging moves. But obviously, if I don't use one, it does nothing. Okay, that did... Oh, because it was at full health again. Right, that's the deal. Okay, well, Quick Claw? Oh, it recovered. Dude, I'll take this. If you want to just stall me out while I burn. Because eventually I'm going to hit Paralysis on you with the Thunder. Actually, I'm probably eventually going to miss the Thunder. That's how this is going to end, but... Yeah, this actually isn't working that favorably for me. Okay. You don't have a good move here, do you? Hurricane is your best move. I think from what I remember, Jellicent is actually especially very bulky. I'm actually going to go into Scizor. And it has made a difference, by the way, because I'm not going to Bullet Punch it. I might actually Wing Attack it. Yeah, I have to Wing Attack it. It's my best move. Which, by the way, does get boosted by Technician as well. So this is going to do a decent damage. Yeah, decent damage. And if we get it just stuck into a recover cycle, I'm okay with that. Eventually, it will run out of PP before I do. Because Wing Attack, funnily enough, not a good move normally. So it has many PPs. Yeah, has 35 PPs. The best they can have, I think, on fucking, on recover. I think recover normally has 10 PP, right? So I think you can get to 18. You got the burn, you scumbag. That actually kind of does matter a little bit. Or like, it has a possibility to matter. Because that's going to have all physical damage from this Pokemon. But probably doesn't matter in the end. Blastoise is the last Pokemon. I know Flamethrower is incoming. So we go to our onsen. And now he's cooked. Because he hasn't got a one-shot, so he's game. Unless he predicted the swap, which he did. I'm actually stunned. Hang on a minute, it's not over anymore. Okay, no, I think it is over. Unless they crit me, it's over. Alright. So the theory is there. The theory is... And actually, I'm going to write down as well. I know we did win, but I think we should have got rid of the Quick Claw. Vikavolt. I'd have to lose Protect as well, I think, but... Quick Claw. Quick Clay, good. Quick Claw into Assault Vest. And... Protect into, I don't know, question mark. It doesn't really matter. Just not a non-damaging move. Now, here's where the fun starts. So we now know this is the team. I don't have to do any more fucking around. This team can actually win. The scary one, from what I could see, although we got a really lucky roll on the fairy-type guy, the one that is scary is the dragon one. A lot of variants in the dragon one. So maybe we'll try and think about some other things we can do to the dragon guy. But, I mean... Okay, I won't, like, level with YouTube. Obviously, this is, like, not ideal, because now you know I can do it, so it kind of, like, removes the certain je ne sais quoi about can I do it next time, but... We still have to beat the champion next time as well, so that's going to be its own kettle of fish. So next time, we'll try and knock out the Elite Four one after another with my new flowchart. You know I love making flowcharts. I've now got a flowchart to beat these guys. We'll put it into practice, I'll beat them one after another, then we'll fight the champion, and then hopefully the 6 Pokemon I've selected to beat the 4 Elite Four members can also beat the champion. Otherwise, I have to start this process again. So, very cool. And if we can't do it, then I'll just edit it together and say, you know, look, I did it. Look, I beat each one of them. You can see I beat each one of them, and then, I don't know, I'll beat it with some Pokemon that aren't actually just bugs, and then fight the champion with bugs. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, why not leave a like and subscribe? Everything helps me out on YouTube, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!